And that's the big red button. We are live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the library. I am, of course, the author, and we are here to explore, create, and discover stories old and new. Tonight, we join the Power Rangers Chronicles to play the Power Rangers role-playing game, a tabletop RPG by our friends at Essence 20. Every week, we continue our awesome and epic adventures in Angel Grove. And last week, we escaped the apocalypse by the skin of our teeth and Deus Ex Machina. And I bet you guys have a lot of questions about what the heck's going on.
No, I'm good.
I was unconscious.
You were unconscious.
I got beat up. I do need a bit of a recap. What happened to the guy I put in the blue circle?
You are not sure, or because the camera cut just as you guys were leaping into the circle. So as soon as our credits open, we're gonna figure out what's on the other side of that portal. And with that, let's get this adventure started.
Whoa!
That mysterious old man doing mysterious things.
If we suddenly hear someone screaming Exodia obliterate, then we should be concerned.
No, I hope that doesn't
Push Tommy in
happen.
front of it. It'll be fine.
Push Tom. What? All right. So last we left off, you guys were on April 15th, Z-Day, in Angel Grove, the celebration of the day, where Zordon sacrificed himself to protect the world from all evil, and finally he defeated Astronema, Lord Zed, Rita, and all those classic villains. However, this celebration was interrupted by Liam Faulkner getting on stage and shouting various technobabble, corporate BS things until he revealed that he was working with a monstrous villain who calls himself Malex. You fought off some of the footling shoulders. There's the inky goo-like creatures called Inklings, and a mysterious old man who previously gave you some medallions opened a portal and asked you all to jump through it. And we cut the
Hello?
Oh yeah, it was April 20th. I'm gonna be timeline wrong. Yeah, it was April 20th. And we open.
Ah, yes, finally something to see.
Finally, something to see.
God, my eyes. They were actually starting to hurt.
You step through the portal, and the 6 of you, the 5 rangers and the mysterious old man, appear in a mysterious location.
Real quick,
It
before
is.
you continue, can you delete that token? I can't move it.
Can anyone remove those tokens?
I can't move
I
mine.
can't.
No.
Tokens are probably not attached to us.
Or you're on the wrong layer. You're on the wrong layer. What are you doing over there?
Oh god.
Over here.
Now
Yes.
try it.
I can move.
Yay!
Freedom.
So we just pop in here.
You just pop in here out of the blue portal of doom.
I want Mac to be in the fountain.
Matt gets out of the portal, immediately jumps into fountain.
Mac
He's
was
very
unconscious
thirsty.
when he went into the portal.
I mean, he was
You
also
fall
being...
into the fountain and you instantly wake up.
Ah, not again. Wait a minute. This isn't the park.
This
No, it
isn't
is.
a park.
No, it is not. It appears to be a some sort of lounge library area. It is all wood and kind of foresty. In the center here, you see that there's a great tree with a spiral staircase wrapped around it. But there's also computers and tech and holograms all over the place. Sort of a weird fusion of mystic and technology. And on the far wall, all over here, you see bookcases. Many bookcases, about 2 stories tall, and they're constantly shifting and flowing, going past each other and shifting in the back, and some of them are moving forward in this endless rotation of books upon books upon books upon books. So it is obvious you are not in Kansas anymore.
Do you mean Angel Grove?
Just gets out the fountain and just starts shaking off the water.
I like the fact that Maze and Tommy probably fell over a couple of tables by the way they are right now.
I mean, you're not wrong. I'm probably like hit this table real hard. Can't even feel my knees anymore, man.
Maze like hit one of them, like, and just skidded across the other 2 and then just fell.
Okay.
I appreciate that we're not there anymore, but I need to get back to my sisters.
Okay, that didn't go as well as I thought. The old man is saying. Oh no. This is not good at all.
I need to get back to my car.
What happened
Brings
to that
brings
injured
out his
person?
jacket. You know, we should probably ask how he did that and, you know, what these things are that he gave us. Mac just pulls out the coin.
Yeah.
The injured person, he is not supposed to be here, so he was sent to a emergency room, and we should be taken care of by the local staff. But you're supposed to be here. You're allowed in here.
Okay, where is here exactly?
So they got popped into emergency room?
It's complicated.
Explain.
Ah,
Preferably with smaller words.
Well, I rewrote out the event.
could you explain that in scientific terms?
Could you explain that in simple terms?
Did you
Or
do
just
some
explain in
tiny
general?
I'm
Maybe
sure you have many.
inclusion?
I'm sure you have many questions, and I will answer them all soon. But Your friends and family are safe. In fact, some of your younger siblings are upstairs in the library as an excuse to bring you here today. Yeah, the plot line got a little bit confused there, but we should be able to pick it up from here.
I go up to this old man. I sort of clap my hands together, breathe in, and then, sir, can you just be more direct?
I think he's very confused. What he says while he's just dumping out the water from his shoes.
Victor's gonna start heading upstairs, hearing that his sisters are upstairs.
I feel like he did some timey-wimey stuff.
You walk
I
up.
don't need answers because
the rest of you didn't.
Victor, you walk up the spiral staircase and you end up on this floor here, which continues the same strange magical and tech theme. There are study desk here and more of that shifting library off to the side. And this appears to be some sort of executive office.
So what we're in?
Do they appear to be here, or is there a way to go further up?
There does not appear to be a way to go further up. Sorry, I have to explain things first. And he kind of follows you upstairs.
Oh, okay.
And pop over here.
Tyler walks over to this place. Is this a door?
That is indeed a door, and inlaid at about eye height is a little engraving of a little imprint, and where you might be able to fit some sort of coin or medallion.
Put the coin
We probably
he gave
should've
me and
messed
put
with
it on
any-
there.
Okay.
The door opens, and then the door immediately closes.
Something tells me that we're not
It
supposed to
rumbles
go
open in about 6 inches, and then it starts to close. And Mr. Edmund just cuts. I need to explain some things first. Don't worry,
Well,
I'll let you
tell me that someone's in the ER and I have to get there right now.
They're being
We
taken
can't
care
do
of.
anything. I think the best we can do now is go hear what this old man who decided to drop me in a fountain wants.
Tyler
Yeah,
walks up the stairs.
the plot got a little confused there. I'm sorry.
The plot is in like a plot of a story?
Just squelching
Yes.
noises coming up the stairs from his wet socks.
Squish.
Sure,
squish,
our
squish.
lives aren't stories.
So you
They're
have-
reality.
All
I mean,
lives
we
are
write our own
stories.
story.
Okay,
So you practically just rewrote time.
in a
Could
manner
you
of speaking.
specify what the plot is exactly?
Our lives, the lives of the universe, everything. 42. The answer 42.
No, it's not. Okay. So, how familiar are you with Power Rangers, the legends and protectors of Earth?
Somewhat, I
comics.
guess.
Enough to understand what they are.
Yeah.
Well, how the Power Rangers get their power, right? From the morphing grid?
The morphine what?
Mac pulls out a very soggy comic. This. He shows Tyler. Light
Mac
force,
just-
everything in it.
Mac just carries comics with him.
He carries one comic with him.
One comic.
Pretty sure that says
Yes, it
It's all
does
right
say
here.
Okay. So, there are many different ways of accessing the morphing grid. There's gems, coins, medallions, wands, and even in certain technology, you can access it. Well, approximately 5,000 years ago, as humanity was learning to get along and form cities, they found another way of accessing the morphing grid through writing.
Through writing.
Writing down on a story has a certain magic and energy with it, and it allows the story to grow and mutate and multiply, and eventually that
So-
can make a story manifest.
So you're that big of a nerd, your stories quite literally come true.
So much like how the Rangers are able to have their Ranger forms and all this other stuff, you can make stories real?
Yes, and that is where this library comes from. The Codex Primus, the first book.
I feel like if somebody was bad enough that they could make really bad stories happen and not be, and Mac just goes cross-eyed.
Okay,
Well-
so you're telling me there's a book called the Codex Primus, and with it, writing down inside, the text within comes to life?
Mostly. It's a little more complicated than that.
Is that like what the... I think that was a woman who was doing that whole like thing. Was doing.
Yes, that was as Mithril. And her overlord, or Malix. Because when humans started writing stories, not just the good things manifest, but the bad things. And some of the bad, terrible influences is of stories, the type of stories that deplete, defeat, and discourage people from rising up, manifest into Malix.
And I'm gonna guess the bad things can write more bad things.
Yes. However, 5,000 years ago, 6 scribes from across the world came together and bound out Malix and his evil into a book. And then they destroyed all records of him from across the earth, sealing him inside a single tome so he can't get out. Unless someone reads it.
They didn't do a good job.
Because
Well-
someone read it.
Apparently, he was our Mr. Faulkner.
All that he was a bad guy, supervillain.
So
But
we need to
why?
find.
Yeah, he
The-
was kind of suspicious for the whole tech talk.
Yeah, but
I
he looked
was-
like
I became aware of his involvement sometime in February, but by then I didn't have enough time to get things together, and I was still trying to find out who the Chronicle Rangers of this time were. I managed to find you, but it was too late, as you could see. So I rewrote it. So I found you 6 months earlier.
Faulkner didn't look like he was too much with them though. He was like they did throw him. Like I don't think if
That
you're
was
like
peculiar.
someone-
I'm not sure about that, but he was definitely involved in releasing them and was working with them previously. But I'm not sure to what extent or what the relationship was.
It's
Maybe
it's
he
other
like
stories.
released them,
I-
tried to control them, and then they just decided now they're
When the
controlling
villains,
you.
it's like other Ranger stories where the villains have been released by a human, but they use that human for a short amount of time to get their needs done quicker. But after they have what they need, they pretty much just treat them as a servant.
Or they just treat them awful all the way through, and they just are like, yeah, you do our stuff now. Or-
That this is a tale as old as time, as they would say.
Wait, if you rewrote us so that you met us 6 months earlier, why are we here then? Why didn't you just meet us 6 months earlier?
Because I needed you
How did we
to have
even
the
get here?
medallions. I need you to have the medallion so that way you would be safe from edits.
Edits?
Without these, we aren't fixed in this story. We become another page.
We become an NPC pretty much.
NPC? I'm not familiar.
Non-playable character.
Oh,
Side
okay.
character. Side character.
Pretty much currently we're MCs, main characters, and if we're not protected from the edits, then we can be changed easier, meaning we become NPCs.
I suppose that is one way of phrasing it. But I rewrote out the stories that way. Here, 6 months prior, or on October 20th, you all had an excuse to come to the Oracle Library in Upper Angel Grove.
That was the library you were referring to.
Yeah, and you guys can make a cultural check if you like.
Sure, why not?
Cultural stuff dip 12.
Actually, do this to change the. Oh,
I'll make one, it won't be good.
Oh.
'cause I'm rolling with it.
5.
I'm rolling with a snag, everyone.
Yay!
I have no good stats.
False
okay?
crits. False crits.
Everyone but
False crits are false.
You rolled better than me.
I rolled a 10 and a 0.
You have nothing.
Yeah, Tyler just has his hand on his head, like, this is all just a bit too much.
Mac, Tommy, and Victor, you know that Oracle Library is a small, kind of youth library in Northern Angel Grove. It's like one of the suburban and library outlets that's part of the library network in Angel Grove.
Maze just has visible confusion. She's like, what?
wait a minute. Your hideout is located in a random suburban library up in Northern Angel Grove?
Well, that's where
It could be worse. According to this,
Could just be.
the Rangers had their hideout in the mountain. And he just slaps the comic with the back of his hand.
That sounds a lot safer than being in a public library where anyone could just walk in.
well, not
I
everyone
don't
can
think
walk
they do it
in.
without these. And he holds up his coin.
Exactly. The token allows you access to the magical door, or that allows you in. In fact, there is a special key slot in most libraries in the world that leads here.
But what if someone else opens the door and they don't have a coin? Is it just perpetually locked?
Mm-hmm.
It probably
It can't open.
so if they wanted to make it even more less obvious, just opens to a cupboard, room
Or
closet.
just
what if-
supply
what if
closet?
That's a good
Someone-
idea. I should write that down.
Or just maybe have like a
Matt,
supply
just look
closet
at you
sign
like-
on it.
Really?
I mean, it is a pretty good idea to be fair, but what if someone were to watch us come in? I mean, again, it's a public library. Anyone could be reading here and just see us.
The
All
doors
five-
would be in places that wouldn't be obvious. Technically, more hidden ones behind bookcases and whatnot.
Even so, it's still like problematic if to see a group of 5 kids walk
Not
in
really.
and then just not be around anymore suddenly.
Don't you mean
Well, then we
5
don't go
adults?
together.
Maybe there's like one door and then there's another door and then that goes to our here, I guess. that keeps it hidden. Then we can just say we work here.
I think the whole hiding the door thing has already been solved.
I also don't think that it would be a good idea to say that I work here. I'm almost always covered in grease.
Yeah, and I work as a history student teacher.
Well, then you have an excuse being here. You're getting textbooks for your classes.
I guess.
My classes are a lot more practical than the rest of you.
Yes, but you
Come
still
on,
need
Stella.
aid reference books for our different models of cars, the maintenance manuals.
Also, how many exits do we have? Because, fire exit stuff.
I assure you that this place is up to fire code.
I may be reckless, but I care about guidelines.
So, with that, I am going to have to introduce you to being rangers.
That's a thing I glossed over. You're saying we're rangers now?
Yes, according to the Codex Primus, you're rangers.
Wait, what colors are we?
So,
Because
how did this Codex Primus... I guess who wrote us to be Power Rangers?
The grid itself, I'd imagine.
did they just draw names out of the hat?
That's probably a good way to interpret it. Sometimes you can write in the book, sometimes the book writes itself. Depends on how animated the characters are.
But
From my understanding, the Rangers were not always chosen by their mentor, would be the best descriptor. They just kind of happened.
yeah, but why us? We've got ER doctor, history student teacher that is not very, I don't know how to say. I'm not very strict. Rules are there, yeah, but and then we got I guess, Tommy fits. And there's
Wait a minute.
Victor.
Why are you assuming I'm the Red Ranger?
You're making presumptions a lot here.
I don't
None of
know.
us
I
know
make
what
a lot of
color are yet.
I don't know. All I remember is the red.
Yeah,
Rangers
but you're
blue.
saying that he's the Red Ranger right off the bat. We haven't been told it.
You haven't been told your colors yet.
No,
Yeah. How
they
would you
said-
know that? No,
they
we
said
didn't.
he teams
Nobody
because
here.
he's-
You're just assuming that he's the Red Ranger.
He was telling people what to do during the fight. Red Ranger is usually the one who does that.
Not always. Pink Rangers have done it. Black Rangers have done it. Yellow Rangers have done it.
I don't know. Just
It's not a
Rangers supposed to be
character
leaders in all, but
If you're talking about any points, and Tyler points to Tommy, sort of talking to people, that's not necessarily leadership, more like guidance.
I don't know. I'm feel woozy after that portal trip.
Besides that, I guess actually, we never got your name. What is your name?
I am Mr. Edmund.
All right,
To be fair, most
Mr.
of us don't know
Edmund.
each other's name.
Yes, let's introduce ourselves. Since we're all thrown in this situation together, you can stop Art Tommy.
Yes. My name is Tommy. Tommy Argos. I've lived in Angel Grove my whole life. My dad is currently deployed overseas. I live at home with my little sister. And we were just having a fun day at the fair until all this happened. In fact, I was there with Victor and Maze.
Well, hi, I'm Tyler Kasem. I'm an ER specialist, and I was at the fair today doing volunteer work at the aid tent.
I'm Maze. Well, if you want to use my actual name, it's Mazadine. I don't really give out my last name too often, but if you want to know it, it's Sinclair. I used to live.
Teachers usually call you Kinsley. I've heard people shouting that in the hallways.
Oh yeah, sometimes they call me Kingsley. It's like either Sinclair or Kingsley. They never. Oh yeah, because I gave them the Kingsley name. That was a fun prank. I love that prank. I said my last name was Kingsley, even though it's Sinclair, so they all just said that. It's hilarious. I used to live in a cabin in the woods with my dad, but you know, now I've come here. I wonder how my dad's doing. But yeah.
And what about you, Mac?
Oh, I'm just Mac. Everybody calls me. Even the teachers call me Mac. Nobody actually uses my actual name.
What is your actual name?
James McIntyre.
Wait a minute. Victor, did you ever introduce yourself?
To this group, no. But my name is Victor Evans. And that's all we need to know for now.
All right, then.
Very ominous.
And I am Mr. Edmund. Apparently, I'm the mentor of this group. Didn't think this would happen, but here we are.
Was there meant to be another mentor or something?
Every ranger group has one.
I guess that's Mr. Edmund, who seems to know more than we do, so the other logical choice.
Actually, several times a ranger has actually been the mentor. So,
What's with the moving books? It's kind of trippy.
This space is connected to all written in words and all written text, so you can find any book from across the world enrolled here.
Wait, are the computers magic too?
The computers is our filing system for the books. Since it's the printing press, we've been quite busy keeping up on this.
Is this limited to Earth knowledge or any books?
Any books.
If you don't mind me asking,
isn't tied to the Earth. It's tied to everything. So,
Morphing grid, it is universal.
Are aliens real? I know I'm like
yes.
just saying this, but like though the people we fought weren't exactly aliens. They were made from weird book. But are aliens real?
Yes, undoubtedly.
Multiple mentors have actually been aliens.
And Earth has been invaded multiple times by aliens.
Sorry, I don't keep up with all the, Power Rangers stuff in the news.
I also would say that demons are also real, because don't go to Mariner Bay with it.
Yeah, Mariner Bay had a thing with demons.
I was living in the forest for like the past
that's a lot of
years.
history.
When you spend 16 years in the forest in a cabin with barely any internet, you don't really know much about rangers.
Oh, you're good.
Yes,
Maze.
rangers. And he runs off to the office. It's real quick.
Just squishy voices as Mac rocks back and forth on his feet.
Like, I know the basics, at least.
And he comes back with a box.
Oh. Is it a nice box?
Yeah, it's a relatively nice box. He opens it up, and there are five technologically looking watches in them.
Wait, are these like Apple watches? Are we getting gifts?
Mac just squishes up to the box. Which one's mine?
All
Which
I
one's mine?
heard were watches.
These are your morphers, your Chronicle morphers.
Uh-huh.
And that combined with your our medallion will allow you to become Power Rangers. He hands them out and waits for you to like put them on your wrist.
Mac just does it.
Mez like grabs hers, looks at it. Is it like a clockwork watch or like?
Looks like a MMPR communicator, almost.
Mac is now just poking at the surface of it.
And then she just.
The rest of you hear
Slips
beeps coming from your watch.
I don't think Victor puts it on, he just keeps it in his hand.
Tyler just looks at it weird and says, with all this talks about books, you think we'd have something book related?
We find these a little more convenient.
I'd imagine carrying around a book with you everywhere would be hard.
And
there are a lot of
besides,
different
scribes, Ives and scrolls, those were originally sealed with rings. And he holds your hand back, the left hand with the watch on it, and he does a flipping motion, and the watch scrolls out to a silver glove. And on
Who is he doing this to?
To
He's
Mac.
doing it to me.
Okay.
Mac's just letting him. He is intrigued by this.
Yep. You flip your hand quickly, and it comes out to a silvery glove, and in the right in the ring finger, there's a placeholder for a medallion of some sort.
Mac just doesn't think. He just puts the coin in the slot.
And now, and to activate it, you have to call out Mythic Beast, be unleashed, and raise your medallion to the sky.
Okay. Mythic Beast, be unleashed. Raises his hand to the sky.
And in a flash of silver light,
Oh, this is so cool! This is so cool! And he's just dancing like a little kid, excited.
now the rest
Is
of
that
you
a
try.
condor?
Well, we really have to. He'll flip
Mez is,
over.
trying to get the glove half on, half off now that she's seen how it works. Like,
Do you need help, Maze?
no, I'm trying to make it so like only like the glove goes on only 3 of my fingers and not the other 2.
I don't think that's how that works.
It's not how that
Magic.
works. It's
I
magic.
know, but I'm trying.
I mean, you can try
Like
all
when
you
you
want,
pull up
but
on the
if you keep going back
3D
the way
images and you're
it's
trying
supposed
to
to
get
be.
like perfect, like on the tilt, she's like,
You got some grid scissors? That way we
think
can
we'll be able to
just-
cut these in any way.
fine.
Maze, can you just do it the proper way, please?
Pretty sure if we try to take them off, they will just go back to the watch.
Okay, let me just.
Unfortunately, there can't be any modifications to it. It works how it is.
Oh no, it was more like Maze was trying to like, you know when you like have a 3D like image thing and you're trying to like tilt it so it shows like one half and then the other half. She was trying to do that.
Yeah, it doesn't work. Or when you flip your wrist, it's either glove or not glove.
Okay, what if we like, wait, what happens if we just accidentally like, you know, flip our wrist when we're like carrying something.
And worse off your intention, it's magic.
Oh, okay.
First time it being magic is an excuse.
Hey, this is like, sorry, but I haven't ever done this before, so it's very new to me. None of us have, but whatever.
Maybe, would you rather just pop up whenever you don't want it to? Get yourself exposed? Put your family to danger? I don't think so.
No, don't like that.
Getting very existential there.
Let
Are
me
you
be
good, Mac?
Oh, right.
Mikey,
Are we? All right, who's morphing next?
Nope, don't worry about it.
I'll do it. Mythic Beast, be unleashed. And then she just brings up the token.
Flash of purple light.
Oh. Okay. Kinda like this outfit.
Tyler, Victor, and Tommy. Mr. Evans just looking at you expectantly.
Tyler just kind of pockets the wristband.
Okay.
And says, I need some time to think on this. This is a lot of information to absorb.
Wait. No. Okay. I guess.
I'm not saying no. I just need a bit of time.
Okay, I understand. This was kind of dropped on you. This was also dropped on me, so this is a big life thing. But we are going. But we need your help. You do understand that, right?
I understand. It's just, it's a lot to take in right now, and I just need to kind of absorb it and resolve myself.
Okay. And do you head out the door?
I mean, not yet.
Alright.
I'll just sit here and wait for now.
I mean, I do agree with Tyler, but I am willing to morph if that's what you want. Victor, would you like to do the honors? Or should I?
I'm probably in the same boat as Tyler. And he just puts it in his pocket. I'm not saying I won't help, but I'm not there yet.
Alright. Then I guess it's just me. He flips open the glove, puts the coin in, raises his hand. Mythic Beast, be unleashed.
And in a flash of red light, you morph.
We do kind of look good though. Like,
Feels
Boy.
stronger.
Mr. Evans
Oh
just
my
us
God.
pacing.
Pacing.
Hey, Mac is just going in a circle, like an excited kid.
Let's not get too excited, guys. This is just the beginning, right?
Because as with if mighty power comes mighty responsibility, I think is how that goes.
Are you quoting Uncle Ben?
You got it
I'm
wrong,
pretty sure
though.
he's
They always
quoting
put great
Uncle
power.
Jen.
The Oracle
Great power
Jin?
comes great responsibility.
Yeah, Jen.
I don't know what that's
With-
a reference to.
With these powers, you must not escalate a fight. You should not use your powers before or the fight demands it. You also cannot use these powers for personal gain, and you also need to keep your identity secret.
In that regard, we shouldn't use our powers to fight the Inklings. That's what the Rangers do. They don't fight the small fry with these forms. Only when a monster appears.
I mean, I don't know. Those inklings did like hurt us a lot, and you were unconscious.
That is
Well,
true. You
not
did get beat
dead.
down.
And he just does a hero pose.
They did kind of like beat us up.
I mean, I do
It's
agree.
what to expect, and to be fair, not many of us have been in a fight before.
I
It
agree
will
with Mac.
op-
We shouldn't morph unless necessary, but we will if we have to.
If you have to. Otherwise, that is all I can and really ask, that you help us and help us stop this reign of terror from starting in 6 months.
So
6
where
months to
do we,
prepare.
where do we start? Do we start with like trying to go after the billionaire guy?
That would cause more problems than it's worth in this regard.
Yes. Going directly after
It's not
the
like
villain.
we can't. It's not like we can go after him.
I
He's
feel
got
like they had like
hundreds
I
of
feel like
hundreds of
absolutely
security personnel.
they had plans set up. Like they must have been flying under the radar somehow.
Tyler and Victor, what are you thinking right now?
Victor. I think Victor and Tommy would have shared numbers at the fair, so he's thinking that probably came with us. But he's more thinking of, for now, unless he's needed and he's made this decision, he doesn't feel like he belongs here. So he might just leave and head up to the library with his sisters.
Okay.
Tyler was basically thinking about going back home, taking care of his family, and resting up, and grab a med kit along the way. So I'd probably be leaving too.
Yeah, we'll just say to Mr. Edmund on his way out, if things turn sour and you do need help, Tommy can get hold of me. But I still need time to think about this.
You're going to try to lead through that bookcase?
Well, that's still one, yeah.
We didn't exactly get where the exit is. That could just be a bookcase that you're trying to open.
Tyler has the right idea.
Okay.
You step up to that door, and there is a indentation where you can place your medallion, and it opens up.
Also, like, what
See you later,
happened-
Victor.
See you.
Tyler walks out the door, and hopefully his motorbike is outside.
Indeed, it is outside of the library, because you wrote it here.
Hey,
Don't you remember?
Oh yeah, I definitely remember.
And Mac
there's
just
a-
debuffs.
Here's a question: what happens if we don't succeed within 6 months?
Well, I don't think that's the point of us being brought back. It's more to get us the ability to use our powers.
Train you up so that way you can and stop it, and maybe interrupt his plans.
Unfortunately, it seems like the story has some fixed points that even Mr. Edmund can't fully rewrite. Some things have to happen or have already happened.
Here's another question. How the hell are we gonna be able to figure out if they have plans? Because I heard no news reports of any monsters attacking the city during the 6 months. And you
Probably
think
because they were laying low because they were not rangers. So there is the possibility that by you being here, there will be monster attacks, but you will also be here to prevent most of that.
They'll be able to, since we're here now?
The light was dim before, now the light is stronger, so the shadows will be darker and longer.
If they can... Okay, they saw us go through the portal, and if you can rewrite time, couldn't they send a message back in time?
You know, Maze does have a point.
Should we be...
They
Should we
might
be
not know what
they know of our existence now
doing something.
in this timeline?
Possibly. I guess that is something we are going to have to figure out together.
So why did we let the other two rangers leave?
We can't stop them from leaving?
I know, but like, isn't that painting a massive target on their back? Because if we're all separated,
I mean, we all have targets on our back regardless.
Yeah, but if we're separated, it's much easier to take us down.
And we need to leave the other two alone because they need a break after everything that just happened.
We don't know when Faulkner actually released them. So, and what state they were in when they were released. So they might need these 6 months in order to charge their power.
For now, we should lay low and try and create a plan another day. But I think we should all just go home and rest for now and think about what we're gonna do.
Meet back here tomorrow?
I'm cool with that. Matt?
I think meet up back here is more on their schedule than ours. This is just something that it's an all or nothing kind of deal.
Well, the library opens at 9.
Be here at 9? I might stay a bit longer to look at some of these books. I'm not
Feel
really
free.
planning.
This is your place as well.
The whole magic thing that woman was doing kind of looks a bit funky.
How will we contact Tyler, though?
Wait, is Tyler a teacher? Or is he... No, he's an ER.
He's an EMT. He'll find us when he wants to. When he wants
Also, your morphers can act as communicators, connect as encrypted communicators between yourselves and this base.
Mac has already just wandered off and left the library.
Anything else we can do with them? Like, if we need to get here quick?
Possibly. I will have to look into. I will have to look into some research.
Okay, so make sure to pick up Tommy. Just looks at Tommy.
All right, cutting back a little bit. Victor, you make your way upstairs, and in appropriate October clothing, and Lexi is at a computer. She is looking up some research on European 1700s as history, it looks like, and Abby is browsing in some young teenage age books.
What are you two up to?
Abby is kind of hiding a book behind her back.
What have you got there, young miss?
Nothing. Just something to read.
Now, do I need to tickle attack you to get that book?
She takes a step back. No.
I will.
Mm-mm.
I'm just gonna lunge and start like tickle tackling and trying to get the book off her.
And she laughs and laughs and squirms and laughs, and the book tumbles out. It is a small hardcover book, The Bite of Night, and it is one of those horrid young adult paranormal romance books.
Oh, so this is what you're interested in, is it?
And she blushes bright pink.
I just tap her on the top of the head with the book and give it her back.
You also notice that this is the third in the series.
Oh, how many of these are there?
7. My
7, all right.
friends and I were reading them.
Well, it seems like you'll be coming back to this library quite often then.
Don't tell anyone.
You're allowed to have hobbies and interests, so don't worry.
Okay.
That's an awkward conversation.
Lexi is bored and just scrolling going through the website.
You looking for something in particular, or are you waiting for something?
I'm trying to wrap my head around on this War of the 1812s, 1813. Was it 12 or 14? I don't know. Oh, it was an old war or a long time ago between the British and us, and apparently everyone left angry.
Do you realise you're half British as well, just raised in America?
Oh, I know.
I know there's a history section over the other side. Put a hand looking for the book.
There's a book that can make sense of this. Sure.
Oh, if only Maze was there, then she could pull up the teacher.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, I'll help Lexi look for a book on the War of 1812.
Go ahead and give me a culture check.
The 7.
It takes a long time to find a specific epic book. You found a couple books that are like covering 1700 to 1900 in American history, and then there's some that covers European history. If you're in here for about 90 minutes trying to find books you can use in school for this report. But after a while, you find one.
Sorry, kid, that took a while. I didn't really know what their filing system was.
I know, it's so backwards.
Well, considering we now have some understanding, if we come back in the future, it may be a little easier.
Well, are you planning on visiting here more often?
I mean, it's possible. If I can also inquire if they have a night job. That way I can stop working random jobs to tide us over.
Uh-huh. Are you sure? Or are you not trying to flirt on the cute librarian in the front desk?
It's a librarian.
Lexi's like elbowing you. Huh?
Oh, why would I need to flirt with the cute librarian where I already know the 2 most beautiful girls in the world?
Oh, stop.
See, that's how you use flattery.
Lexi gives that typical old teenage grumble.
Okay, you two, let's check your books out and we'll, I think you got an assignment, so I'll get you home.
And you successfully you check out.
If only Maze had been there, she would have taught you about the War of 1812.
Oh, Lord.
Tyler, you are making your way to Angel Grove Central Hospital, I believe.
Yes.
How are you getting there?
On my motorcycle.
Oh, you do have your motorcycle. Yes.
Unless it's within walking distance.
It is not within walking distance. Go ahead and give me a driving test, Diff 10.
All right. Boop, 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 boop. 5. I'm rolling bad today.
You just ran into traffic. This is supposed to be like a 20-minute journey. It takes you like 2 hours to get across town because you just got slammed into rush hour traffic and you were stuck on the freeway for like an hour and a half.
Traffic's not bad. Gives me time to like reflect around my surroundings.
Any reflection that you do.
The whole situation in general, have been thrust into this much huger responsibility, on top of the fact that, one, there's now an injured man in a hospital that he knows of and could have prevented.
Wait a minute, wouldn't that never have happened? Because we went back in time?
The guy went back in time with you.
Yeah.
But he didn't have a coin.
That seems to not have mattered.
The story, the plot's weird. It's fine. Eventually you do make your way to the hospital. Where do you enter?
Well, one, I guess I would just be going to the ER and seeing of any injured there.
You are an EMT. You could have access to some of the back there if you use your credentials.
Yeah, I definitely use my credentials.
You're allowed like kind of back there off duty, and you do see you do eventually find the injured man. He is in emergency room. He's recovering nicely, but they are keeping him overnight for observation.
If there are any other doctors or nurses nearby, I want to ask them, how's the patient doing?
Oh, he is doing well. Some broken ribs. Apparently, he had some sort of fall or some sort of high-speed impact, or we don't think it was a car crash, but maybe something hit him.
Is he gonna be all right?
He should be all right. I was lucky that someone administered first aid. He was in a pretty bad state, but someone stabilized him long enough to get him here.
I guess you can just keep me up to date.
Do you know this person?
Oh, no, not in particularly. Just sorry. It's been a long day, and a lot's been happening recently.
Yeah, and don't you have a shift tomorrow?
Yeah.
All right,
I probably need to rest up.
Yeah, go get some sleep. We'll see you tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah. See you tomorrow, Janice.
See you tomorrow. And for checking in on the injured man, I am awarding you a story point. Tommy, what do you do for the rest of the day?
I'm just gonna go home and hang out with my sister and try to remember what I was doing 6 months ago.
Yeah, 6 months ago, you were staying at home, taking care of your little sister as your father was deployed overseas. He's in Iraq particularly, and you're doing a tour mostly in the city, so he wasn't anywhere too dangerous. Yes, but he has spotty communication. He calls like once every 2 weeks, and he's for 15 minutes.
Yes, that is. Oh well, would that call have already passed by this time or not yet?
You have a call coming up in 2 days.
Radical.
In theory, yeah.
In theory, theoretically,
If something hilarious happens over there, or he might not have time to get to the call, but
if something hilarious happens. So, just gonna go home and I'm gonna do my thing. And I'm gonna try to figure out what I was doing 6 months ago, since it was quite a long time ago, I'd just be hanging out at home with my sister doing my normal thing. Really. Nothing in particular.
figuring out history. Go ahead and give me an alertness test.
Radical.
Critical success. You get home, and there's a couple notes on the calendar that gives you an exact thing of what's going on. Not only do you have a call coming up in 2 days, but you have something else that's happening. What's coming up in the next week? That's really cool and interesting. Kind of gives you a framework.
To be honest, I don't think my life is that interesting.
Your life's not that interesting, but what about your sister's?
That's what I'm trying to think of. I'm trying to think of something she'd do.
Random
During that
dance
time.
rehearsal.
The ballerina recital.
Did I say she likes dancing? I think I did.
She does like dancing. She has a dance recital coming up. It's fall, October. Oh, she's doing a spooky dance recital for the community Halloween fair. And she's quite proud of it because she has a solo as the ghost queen.
Did anything in particular happen at this event that I would need to that I might possibly want to change? Something crazy, like a light falling down and hitting someone, for example.
Not in particular.
All right then. Then I'll just take note of it and go on with my day.
Mace proceeds to vibe.
I mean, yeah, that's in a week. I don't want to. What do you want me to do now? Wait harder?
Do Tommy things.
Tommy does normal things.
There's no normal.
Make memes.
You're Power Ranger now. Normal is relative.
Oh my god. Okay. He's just studying, and when it gets dark outside, he'll start stargazing. That's something he likes doing.
Tommy is more basic than Kimberly.
Okay, you know what, man?
Now that's just me.
Listen,
Harsh.
I don't know I don't know what to say in response to that. I'm just a normal guy. Now I'm a slightly less normal guy.
Went
You're
from
an
guy
abnormal guy.
to slightly less normal guy.
I mean, I'm just living life, doing homework, going to school, taking care of my sister. There's nothing special going on at this period of time in my life.
Only one variable of your life changed, and it's not that exciting right now.
Like,
Mac, what are
Ranger
you up
thing
to?
isn't gonna come up till tomorrow, man.
Yes. Mac is walking back to his apartment, which coincidentally is not that far from the museum, the library. Only about 15 minutes. And he's going to go do Mac things, like put his car back together, which at this point is currently over there, and over there in his garage.
Okay.
And Maze, you're just us gonna stay in the library and vibe until closing time?
Maze is more gonna look at and try and see if, like, because I'm guessing, seeing we kind of went into the future, the library would hold books.
We've gone to the past.
You went to the past.
Oh, we went to
Past
the
6 months.
Would the library hold books of, like, the future and the past
No.
and the present? No.
Nope.
It would have its present.
It would
Okay.
have its present. You won't have
Okay.
anything of the future, but you would have books of the past.
Then she's gonna ask Mr. Edmund, did you have a way of, like, tracking the monsters if they appeared, or was it just, like, you kind of had to know?
I actually have an alert system on the screen.
Oh,
Screen. This like semi-translucent and wall. It kind of shows those globe of the. It shows a map of the city, and then there's also kind of shiny lights on the globe over here.
okay, it was just a... Like, to be honest, that was a pretty weird spell the woman was casting. All of them kind of... There was a lot of them too, like, is there usually that many with the Ranger teams? Or...
I don't know. Normally, it's one monster at a time, but sometimes the general gets desperate and he goes all in.
But he didn't seem like he was getting desperate, he just sort of wanted to show off.
Well, maybe we can change things this time around.
Maybe. Oh, wait. I need to message my dad about that camping trip. We usually have one around this time anyways. I haven't seen him in a while. And she just opens up her phone, just messages, as she remembers, oh wait, it's near October. Camping trip. And she's like, we still down for the camping trip? Question mark.
Your dad texts back. Yeah, you made sure. Or you got the 24th Earth off?
How many days is it till the 24th?
It's about 2 weeks away.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, because we're gonna be leaving Friday, but I want to stay up there for 2 days.
Yeah, that's cool. Might have guests joining. Don't know yet. Has made some friends.
Well, they're packing their own gear.
I know.
Making a lot of presumptions there.
She's making presumptions, but she's like, might as well just, like, in case.
Don't worry, Maze. I'll
I
join
was
you.
going more with the friends thing.
Also because camping trips is usually when you're most vulnerable. it's like because the amount of Power Ranger stuff sort of open, you get attacked.
No,
worry,
you're
Mace.
not gonna
I got
get
your
attacked
back.
on. You're not gonna get attacked on a camper trip. That's silly.
That is silly. And then she's like, okay, so I'm gonna guess you didn't manage to knuckle down what the billionaire guy was doing at all.
I don't know. Oh, I didn't find out about this until last minute.
So we were kind of like, how do you know where we were all gonna be?
The book told me. The Codex Primus.
How do you do the mystical old man powers of disappearing? I did want to ask.
It's a long story.
Cool. Well, I'm gonna head out, seeing what I was gonna work on here was probably a way to detect the monsters, but you seem to have that already done.
Hopefully this works. There might be some tweaking, but in theory, we've had at 5,000 years to prepare for this, and I just needed 6 months more.
6 months to train up a team to defeat someone that was trapped 5,000 years ago.
Yes.
Doesn't sound like a lot of time, but okay. Well, I'm gonna head out. Getting pretty late, I think. I can't really tell, there's no windows. Unless
He looks at his
there's a
watch.
bit-
Oh, yeah, it's about 8 o'clock. I should close up the library.
Oh, yeah, I better be getting back to my apartment. And she just heads out.
And a day and a night. It happens. You'll wake up the next morning. Any injuries you did have, any lingering aches and pains, things mysteriously are healed overnight.
What are you talking about? I had a med kit. I patched myself up.
Miz is like just going to. She's probably going to go to Tommy's house first. And she does remember that Tommy's sister moved out at one point, his other sister, and took the car, so he doesn't have one.
Mac
Dude,
pretty
took
much
my
worked in
fucking
the
car,
night
man.
with his car back together. He'll have another 3 days of work to go.
My car was taken from me, man. I gotta rely on Maze to get everywhere now.
Like Miz like pulls up, just walks up to Tommy's door and just knock, knock, knock.
Again, loser, we're going shopping.
Get in, loser, we're going shopping. And we're gonna get Starbucks.
All right, does everyone appear at the library at 9 a.m.?
Mac had forgotten any of that, and is continuing to work on his car until noon.
I'm guessing
He finally
like,
remembers.
Miz will ask Mac on the communicator, hey, you need a lift.
The communicator is currently sitting on his nightstand.
Oh no, like she yells through the
Like,
communicator.
sitting on his nightstand.
He's in the garage. He's not going to hear that.
No,
Tyler is.
I don't know where he lives.
I don't know where Mac lives. Do you know where Mac lives,
I'm not
Tommy?
sure where he lives.
No.
Nope, it's fine.
I can
Wait,
call
maybe
Tyler,
his
though.
number's on- Maybe his number's on the school site. Check it. I don't know. I think Mac's another teacher. He might be. I don't know.
I sent Victor a text. Did he ever reply to my text, Victor?
Probably didn't reply to your text, but it'd be there.
Okay. And then all is left is calling Tyler.
Tyler
Yeah.
is too busy focused on his EMT work.
Wouldn't Mac's a teacher, correct?
Nope.
No, it's not. Who's the other teacher?
There is no other teacher.
You and Tommy are the
Miss-
only teachers.
Oh, me and Tommy. Forgot.
Yes, I do indeed teach.
Because I was like, because if Mac was there, I would
Mac?
just.
Mac gives off the impression that he is big and dumb. He does not give off the air of a teacher.
His
Cool.
token is literally skinny as all heck.
Mm-hmm.
That is true.
Deceptively big.
Yeah.
He's a
He's
beast.
just gonna help Tommy out do the school run to drop his sister off at school because screw getting the bus.
Get out, kid. We're going to our secret lair.
All
To our
right,
man
everyone-
cave.
Everyone appears at the lair. Well, most people do.
Actually, it should just be
It's
Maze,
just
Tommy,
Maze and Tommy.
and Victor.
Maze and Tommy and Victor.
Let's keep going. Okay.
Hey Victor, how are your sisters doing?
They're doing fine. I'm just trying to sort of things out to keep things in order.
Oh. Well, I have a camping trip in like 2 weeks, so that's going to be pretty fun.
Wow, I'm glad for you.
I don't know. Might be fun. Any history tests that they need help with, or just normal?
Well, the eldest is currently trying to research the war on 1812.
Oh, that's interesting.
That is a good one. But, always. It's always a bit finicky sometimes with that one. Like, half the information is just too widespread to actually be able to knuckle down what's right and what's wrong. Tell her, make sure she doesn't use Wikipedia though. That isn't reliable.
Yeah, we picked up a book from upstairs yesterday.
And Mr. Edmund and walks down the stairs.
Hey, Mr. Edmund, you move
Hello.
really quickly.
Yeah, it's helpful for moving around quietly amongst the books. So,
Books don't like loud noises?
well, people don't like loud noises when they're next to books.
That's fair, I guess.
Like a cool thing, or
All right. So I'm not sure where to start next, but we do have a couple of clues. We know that Mr. Faulkner somehow got his hands on the Tome of Evil, and the Tome of Evil should be buried somewhere in the Middle East. So, however that's going to get here, it should be through the airport or the docks.
maybe it got digged up in like an excavation or something.
Possibly, we could look for signs of that. We could also check Ember itself and see if there's any signs of him having the book.
I can crack down on the Ember stuff if Tommy and Victor want to do some book research or something. I don't know. I'll use the computers. Computers probably better.
Bah humbug.
Bah, I'm like squeezing the books. Let's use the computers.
How much does that hurt you, Author?
A little.
You did say the computers was a file was like the filing system for every single book, so it must be a lot easier to find it on the computer than the books.
And also, looking through some text last night, I found that there is some disturbances on the college campus. There's what was that name? Anthropology professor, Emmanuel Rodriguez. He's been skipping classes.
Would Miz know who that is?
All right, what's the test? You might know. You are going to need a text of some sort.
She's a history teacher. Or history student teacher. I'm guessing she knows a lot of people.
Give me a streetwise with an edge.
I have a D2 to Streetwise.
I'll let you have an edge because as you are in the history department.
But don't get excited about a D2.
Difficulty?
Difficulty 12.
And then I have edge, correct?
Yes.
What I roll?
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Did I pass on no?
Horribly.
Nope. 7.
You don't pass.
Yeah, you're not familiar with him. Might sound familiar, but there's a lot of professors on the campus. And
Maybe. Wait.
maybe no, it's the other guy.
If this place has every single book, that means it has every single file, meaning we can just find his file.
In theory, yes.
Won't files be private though? Some. Would it be
Yes,
possible to have those?
Magic.
Well,
And
you
she
know,
probably-
when you put it that way, Maze, anything's possible.
It's a magical.
Magic.
It's a magical library.
She's gonna like walk up to like the library shelves and she's just gonna test something and she's just gonna think really hard of that student's file.
It was a
Yeah.
student's professional. Professor Emmanuel Rodriguez.
She's just gonna think Professor Emmanuel Rodriguez because there must be a file on him. Because that's like a legal document for the school. And that would have his phone number, home address on it and everything.
Unless he's not a real person, then we'd have a lot of issues.
Oh no! Oh, this information is fake. It's forged.
If he
Oh,
signed his name on
boy.
that, then must kind of have some truth to it, so we would at least know.
Go ahead and with accessing the library system it's gonna be difficulty 15 culture check, but you do have an edge because you're using the mythical magic library area of mysticism.
15 culture, even with edge. Not gonna be easy.
Unless you guys want to help each other. You pull out
Hold
a
on.
file of an Emmanuel Rodriguez, but he appears to be some baseball player for the New York Yankees.
That didn't work. Okay. I feel like I'm gonna have more luck on the computers.
And also, he died in 1972. But he had a pretty
died-
impressive hitting record. Like,
At least he's good at something. At least he had a good hit. Right?
he was pretty good.
Do you guys want to look through the library books? I could try and like just search his name on the computer and then it might show up. If
I mean, I
search it-
think you just got to be more specific rather than just Professor Emmanuel Rodriguez. Like, you know, think more details about him in particular.
I don't know much about him unless I go into the college itself and check.
I mean,
Manually.
narrow it down by the college, that might help.
Yeah, think of the college in particular.
And I work there pretty much, so I'm be able to get access. Well, I won't be able to get access straight to his file. That'll take a bit more sneaky.
They're giving you ideas to
They're
search the
giving you a day
library.
how to work the
campus
library.
itself. Yeah. You're crossing wires.
Here, I'll do it. I'll do what Maze was just doing, but I'll do it in more detail, specifically school, the current date and year, and then are there any specific classes he does again?
Anthropology.
Anthropology teacher or professor.
All right, then throwing all those details into the magic, what do I brew up?
If you allow it, Professor or Mr. Edmund would like to help.
By all means.
And he's going to lend an assistance, and you gain an additional edge. So, +1
That's not a
upshift and
thing.
the teacher origin.
No, the additional. I don't know why they say like additional edge when it's not even a thing.
It's supposed to be an upshift, right?
Yeah, it's the closest thing to that.
Okay. So you get an upshift with the professor's help.
All right, on a culture roll.
Wait, it's an additional. Oh, it says additional. So it's supposed to be like 2 upshifts. Is that kind of what this thing's asking?
No, the closest thing to a double edge, realistically, it's just edge and an upshift of 1. I don't know why they say like an additional edge when
that's worded really weird.
They because wording wasn't the strong suit for this book.
Yeah, it's just like by the same aspect of if someone already has a snag and they receive another, it's just an auto fail.
Okay. Roll with an edge and 2 upshifts. There we go.
All right.
Culture roll still diff 15.
2 upshift?
Yep. And an edge. Because the library is magic.
All right.
Mez is just going to continue trying to get Holden back.
Thanks, not answering.
There we go.
Tyler.
Tommy, you find the file on Professor Emmanuel Rodriguez, as he is 49, a professor at University of Angel Grove Anthropology Department. He's the chair of anthropology, and he teaches everything from 100 level sociology in classes up to 400 level, very detailed, nitty-gritty anthropology stuff. And he also has a couple graduate students.
Is there a picture by any chance or no? Okay, I'm gonna show the picture to Maze, be like, this is the guy, right?
Is it like coming back to Maze of like who this guy is?
Go ahead and give me a streetwise nice roll diff 10.
Okay, I might actually succeed this.
Found the stuff on extra edge.
Maybe before they roll a 2.
Do I get an edge or no?
Yeah, upshift because the photos I was helping.
Oh,
You
already.
wouldn't get an edge just because you're trying to remember something.
So I get an upshift from a D2 to a D4.
Yeah, if you
edit
click X streetwise and go through it, it'll give you the upshift.
16.
And you got it. You do remember this man. You had at least 2 classes with him, a 100 level and a 200 level that you needed for your major.
Oh yeah. He taught me like 2 classes. I need like to have a basic understanding of my major. But does she remember anything else? Like, was he one of those teachers that talks about his personal life a lot, or?
He did not talk about his personal life, but he would ramble on and on. He'll get stuck on a story, and he was very easy to get off track.
He got off track easy on stories. Maybe he, I don't know, did something. It's like Mr. Edmund said, like, stories have a power. Maybe he rambled that much, something happened.
What were we looking for again about him?
I think
there's the Primus Codex has came up that he was in trouble with something magical, and he's doing something odd.
Okay.
You got a clue from the magic book.
Does the file have his
No.
on?
His face. That's all the file's going to really be able to tell us. His face and what he does for the school.
Yeah. Yeah, the file's not going to have that much information, but you have face, what he does, and contact information.
Mm-hmm.
So it was
We
sort
know.
of like, oh wait, what's his contact information? Mez is gonna say that.
555.
Just, yeah.
I
It's just like-
asterisk,
it's
asterisk,
like,
asterisk, 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 asterisk.
Because I guess a student teacher can text a professor, and like it wouldn't be like an issue. It would just be like, oh, text from this person.
He doesn't have his personal number on there. He have his office number.
She's just gonna message his office number and be like, hey, it's Mayor's the student.
You're going to text a landline?
Oh yeah, true.
It's a landline. You have to call.
Yeah.
You just gonna
Officers
call
don't
it.
use text.
Call it, put it on speaker, put it on the table, and then just wait it. Or just pick it up.
Do. Hello, this is Professor Emmanuel Rodriguez. I am not able to come to my phone right now. My office hours are Tuesday and Thursday, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. And Fridays is from 3 to 7. And if this is an emergency, feel free to leave an email. Through the student portal.
Just hangs out. Fuck's
What
sake.
was Men today not wanting to answer for Maze?
Yeah.
No one. Maze is cursed, man.
Let me try communicating with Mac again. He should be here by now. Just tries to communicate with Mac again. You think like he's like the most Power Ranger fanatic out of all of us? You think he'd like have this thing on him?
Well, it seems that we have 3 different leads. Do we want to follow up on anyone and maybe you try to find something?
I honestly maybe.
Worst comes
Just
to
make,
worst, you
like-
have a library and Mac's address would be in his student file.
Oh, we could just put can't we find his address, and then we can go pay him a visit and get him.
Well, Tommy, what do you think? What should our course of action be?
I think before we decide on what lead to follow, we first need to assemble everyone. I know Mac agreed to be here at the correct time. He possibly forgot and it got distracted by something. He didn't really seem like the time to be intentionally late or dismissive. And then Tyler is going to be harder to get a hold of. Would it be possible to get information on either of them here?
I want to point out that Mac
I can-
never agreed to meet at that time. He said that we're on their time, not ours.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler was never even aware that there was a meetup supposed
So,
to be
yeah.
happening.
Mac wouldn't know that there's a time to meet.
I can try and communicate with Tommy again, and she's just not with Tommy, with Tyler again, and then she's just gonna try and like communicate with Tyler. It's an communicator.
Meanwhile,
You haven't actually tried to contact Tyler. You've just been trying to contact Mac.
Yeah, she's like trying to contact him, but it's like. damn it.
meanwhile, Tyler, you are on your way to you're supposed to work in the afternoon, so what do you do for the rest of the morning?
Working.
But your shift's in the afternoon, so what do you do in the morning? Work on other
Working.
things? Okay.
I don't have any personal projects. I'm just at the hospital doing other stuff. Yeah, my
Well,
shift's in the afternoon.
interesting you should say that, because as you're at the hospital, you suddenly get a flurry of young adults with animal bites, and lots of them are really injured, and you are swept up in a bunch of chaos at the hospital.
Okay, I'm definitely taking care of these people, examining the bites and whatnot. I would like to make a medicine check to see, I guess if I can identify it.
Yeah, give me a science check, difficulty 15. If you want to take some time on this, you can have a edge.
I already get edge.
Oh, you already get edge. Sweet. Then if you want to take your time, I'm on this. Have an upshift, but it will cost you some time. I'm figuring this out.
I'm willing to take time after all.
Okay.
Long day at work.
Make sure you do it right. Sweet. So you can have an edge, but it will take some narrative time to figure this out.
Use specialization, none. Skills shift, we're gonna add a +1. Difficulty
15.
Okay. And then I get to roll with edge. Submit. 12. Wait. That is a 1. That's a risk to try to get the full die.
Yeah.
I'm not rolling good today.
Let me quickly look at what anthropology is.
Otherwise you are not able to figure this out. It's some sort of dog, a large dog.
Oh, it's got canines. That's obvious right now.
One of the injured people grabs your arm. It was a wolf. It was a huge wolf. Some sort of
a wolf, you say?
It was massive. At least he's 5 feet tall.
5 feet tall. Did you all come from the same place? And he points out towards the other people who have animal bites as well.
They you were able to question them and one by one, and they kind of came in at different times, but within a couple hour time span, early in the morning until about noon, they were all found injured or bleeding out from bite wounds from Angel Grove Park.
Angel Grove Park. So that's the sort of epicenter. I'm gonna ask the nurses to keep an eye on them, and I guess as I go around, I slide into the janitor's closet and pull out from my pocket the wrist communicator morpher
Mm-hmm.
You got like missed calls from Maze.
That's not how that works.
Oh, there's no missed calls.
Nope.
There's no missed calls. It's just
No missed call on communicator. Either you get a call or you don't.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I guess
He's been
try
beeping
to-
the entire time.
I tried to fiddle it and see if I can get it to turn on.
Eventually, almost instinctively, you figure out how it works, and
That's
Dipping
cool.
it.
Miz is like continuously now calling. Like she's alternating between Tyler and Matt.
everyone else on the team, you hear your communicator beep. Except Max.
Classic.
Max busy.
That
Well-
doesn't have his near him.
Nope.
We pick it up.
Hello? Is this thing working?
We can hear you, Tyler.
Yeah, what's up?
Hi. Yeah, it's me. Apparently, I've gotten a rush of people with like bite marks, supposedly from a wolf. Something happening around like Angel Grove Park.
Well, wolves never go around there. They usually stay in the woods.
I mean, could it just be a standard wildlife situation, or do you suspect that it's something supernatural?
I mean, it could be a rabid dog, but everybody's been they've all said that some sort of 5 foot tall wolf bit them all.
Mm-hmm.
Mr.
Definitely sounds like-
Got like sensor thing you told us about.
It definitely sounds like something we should investigate. Are you free now, Tyler? There were some leads that we were hoping to discuss with you.
I mean, I'm not sure. Like, the hospital's full, and I've asked the nurses to, like, technically, my shift doesn't. I'm gonna head towards Angel Grove Park.
Yeah, because people might need help there, like medical assistance, and I'm not medically trained. I know first aid, but that's about it. You're much more trained than any of us.
If you head to Angel Grove Park, I'll meet you there. And at that point, Tyler closes his communicator, or turns it off, and starts rushing out of the hospital.
Alrighty. We need to get hold of Mac.
Tyler, or your supervisor goes, "Hey, where are you going? Is everything okay?"
I'm not on shift into the afternoon.
We could use that. Okay, and you're already out the door. Meanwhile, Mac.
Yeah.
Where did you say your house was again? Close to.
Yeah, it's close to the library. It's about 15 minutes away by car.
All right, so probably in the Civic District North.
We got a map of Angel Grove.
Let's
check the map.
All right, everyone put your tokens on.
Did they even have a? Where's the hospital on this map? Do they even have one?
St. John's Hospital down here.
Yay.
And then we'd be.
And hazard markers. I can use purple because that's
And then the park is.
Over there.
Up here is kind of where everyone was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like in this
Also,
area.
Are we all going by one car or multiple? Or like, are we going in our own cars?
I think he'd be more
Middleton
in this
Heights?
area. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Within walking distance of the juice bar.
Sweet. You are working on your car. What's your house like?
Small.
So do you have a garage, or is this like a industry?
He has a place next to the house to park it with an overhang. Not so much an actual full garage.
As you're working on your car, you are like shoulders deep in this car trying to get this nut, and you hear a scream. Hey!
It's Edwards. I swear, if it was your cat again, I'm going to throw it off the cliff.
You see a young woman in like jogging clothes running through your backyard.
Okay, that's new. He just runs alongside her. What are you running from?
This.
Oh,
and behind you is a giant 5 foot tall wolf.
Okay, you keep running. I'm gonna handle that. And he skids to a stop and then tries to punch the wolf.
Arf, 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 arf. All right, give me a bite roll.
This is great. You can tell we're like a new range team too by the way our characters are
That's a
acting.
10 hit.
I don't think so.
Probably not.
It should not hit. It should have. Come on. What's your stats?
Mm-hmm.
It does not hit.
Yeah. But he has now gotten into the bedroom.
Oh, you definitely got its attention.
I should have thought this through better. Nope, can't do that because his phone is a flip phone.
Run, Forrest, run!
Yeah. Cat, come here! He starts running.
What's your run speed?
35 feet of movement.
All right, so you run 35 feet. Which direction are you headed? The woman is running into the street and like across the street to Mrs. Edwards' house.
Mrs. Edwards, call the cops! I'm gonna go this way, and he starts running towards the civic district.
And the wolf charges after you and lunges.
Yeah, Mike.
Oh boy. I do not have a specialization. No skill shift. And what is your toughness?
15.
Nice. That's a hit.
Yep.
As slash, sharp claws rake across your back.
Okay. After this, I'm keeping the morpher on all times. Yeah, let's see if this damn thing works. He pulls out his phone that somehow has Inbar on it. He has no idea how that got on there at all. Wolf,
They have a text math.
yeah, Wolf, North, Middleton Heights. Hashtag Tommy.
Hashtag Tommy. Not
Just at Tommy.
Not at Tommy.
No, just hashtag. He doesn't know. He doesn't know.
Actually, Mac, in the Discord, or go ahead and write that out in the Ember or channel.
Okay.
The exact text you use.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess while this was happening, we'd like already got in the car and we were already heading to the park.
Yep.
Would
Yeah,
Tommy be able to see this? Or no?
You were getting a push notification.
Okay. Wow.
Apparently, Tommy follows hashtag Tommy.
I don't know, man. It works somehow. It just works.
It just works.
I'm
All
gonna
right.
guess Morgan's driving.
It's hard to text while you're running away.
Tommy, you get a
Uh,
push notification that someone tagged you in Ember.
Tommy looks down at his phone. He's like,
That is helpful.
what? Wait, what does it say again? With nerd help hashtag Tommy.
Look at the sender.
Does Inver tell me like location, like Snapchat, or
It does tell you the location. It's in South Middleton in Heights, and this is from Mac.
oh dang, I hit Maze on the shoulder. We gotta go to Middleton Heights. Look,
I'm fucking driving.
Watch your
drive
language.
faster.
Try it. I have to pull the speed limit. And she just like,
You know what we really hope for right now? Teleporters. Looks at camera. Looks back at the road.
you want me to
Really
break the
hope
rules
that works.
and drive
I don't
faster
think
than
I
I
got that one.
Okay, F it, I'll drive faster
Max
than I
is just
should.
currently running as
We-
fast as he can.
we just hit
Go for
Mac.
the wall.
We hit back on the way there.
Maze, go ahead and give me a driving test. Where are you headed to? Are you going to go to the park or are you going to go to Middleton Heights?
She's gonna be heading to Milton Heights.
All right, give me a driving skill. I'm gonna say this is diff 17 as you're trying to get there super fast, but some of your ranger friends might be able to help.
Wait, Victor, are you driving with us or by yourself?
I'd be on my bike.
Oh, okay, so you can make it so.
Also, probably a little behind because I would have had a brief conversation with Mr. Edmonds, but would have followed.
Yeah, you guys should probably tell Victor and Tyler
Hey.
about things attacking Mac.
That's
I will. Well, I don't know how to tell Tyler other than call him again, and I don't know if he'd pick up.
Who said session 0 but Maze couldn't drive?
Victor, cutting back a little bit. What did you want to say to Mr. Edmund by yourself?
Well, as those two were running off, we would have looked over to Mr. Edmund. I'll join the team but I'm gonna need something to help keep everything under wraps.
I'll do what I can.
The only thing really is I'm gonna need a stable job here at night.
I think we can arrange that.
Then he'll start putting it on his wrist. I'll see what this does when I get there.
Puts a hand on your shoulder. I'm sure you'll do fine.
Well, fingers crossed. And he'll run up to his bike and head off after him.
Yep. And at this point, you get all the text messages and phone calls and stuff, letting you know what's going on. And you can give me a. Let's see. You are on a motorbike. On a scale of 1 to 5, how reckless are you driving?
Does it help that I can go off-road in places a car can't go?
That will. I'll adjust the difficulty.
I don't think I'm gonna go like full metal to the pedal. I'd say about a 3 or a 4.
Okay.
You have a sidecar?
Yeah, I've got a sidecar.
Okay, and so you can give me a driving test, 15, and let's give you a upshift for the motorcycle.
Miz is absolutely amazing at driving.
Tommy is fearing for his life right now.
Meanwhile, Max is running through the street.
Wow.
Bad idea! Bad idea!
Oh, Mac, you're...
Mac,
Oh, no,
Mac is scared? Yo, Tommy.
Yeah, that went
He
poorly.
doesn't have his morpher and he's being chased by a wolf.
Wolf.
Wait, didn't you put... Oh, you're in
He
a...
never got his Norfer.
I never got it. The woman came running through my backyard, and I went to see what's going on.
Oh, Mac.
Saw the wolf. It's like, oh yeah, this is a great idea. I'm gonna punch it.
Why didn't you run into your house?
Victor, you're going to be a little late getting to this fight.
Yeah,
You
that's fine.
got lost or stuck somewhere.
Yeah, like I said, if you fail, you fail. Shit happens.
Yep.
I'd like to see how
Tyler.
logical you'd be if you were being chased by a wolf.
Realistically, I am the farthest away from this whole situation.
Yeah, you're like at a
and my
diff
bike
20.
can't really go off-road.
But would Tyler pick up to Tommy's call? Because otherwise you'd probably be going to the wrong place, right?
All I know is that I'm heading towards the park, and it's somewhat in the same direction as Middleton.
Yep.
After all, I don't think this road is gonna take me where I need to go.
Yeah, and you have to cross the Angel Gate Bridge anyway, so...
And I have no idea if that needs to lift up or not, so...
I don't think so, but... yeah, you can give me a driving test.
Driving, no specialization, no skill shift change. Difficulty,
20.
20.
Oh,
And
this is a
then-
long shot.
Rolling normal. Oh, I'm not gonna make it.
You could technically re-roll that with a story point.
Yes, I would like to use a story
You won't
point to
gain a story
reroll
point
that.
from fumble though.
That was...
Oh, you do gain one for a fumble.
You gain it from the fumble only if you keep the fumble.
Oh, okay, that's how that works.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was
All right.
confusing on how they did it on that show.
At least better than a 1. Yeah, I'll take it. 7. It's a long way.
Yeah,
Very long.
It's a long road getting from there to here.
Put it in the jar.
And $1 in the jar.
And my time is finally here.
But Maze and Tommy, you do show up in time, and there is a big honking wolf chasing after Mac.
Oh my god, is that a werewolf?
Bad idea. Bad idea.
This is a Power Ranger show, so I'm not gonna hit it with my car.
You might hit Mac.
Oh, that'd be kind of funny, not gonna lie.
So, like, the moment Mac and the wolf have enough distance, she is going to pretty much Tokyo drift it and try and drift to a stop to put the car in between them and open the door for Mac to get in.
Distract it.
That sounds like a driving skill. Oh, diff 17.
He sees you too. He just shouts at you. Distract it! I need my watch!
You don't have your watch. Why,
No!
Matt? Why?
I was working on my car and I didn't want to break it! I tend to do that!
Well, Mac's saying that, she's literally just going to try and just turn, but she's not going to try and put the car in between. She's just going to let Mac just run and just try and distract it with the car for as long as possible.
Okay. Driving test. Diff 14. To distract it.
Because it's a bigger target.
Right. Oh, actually distraction, that'll be, diff 12. I was using the wrong number.
Here's a good question, Maze. Are you trying to hit the wolf, or are you just trying to honk at it?
I'm trying to make it not have a good time.
Are you intending to do damage or are you intending to distract it? This is important.
Attend, distract. She doesn't want to. I
Okay.
want to keep this Power Ranger shot. I don't want to hit it with my car.
Okay. With a 19, you do distract it. You drift, snarl your wheels, honk your horn, and the wolf snaps, looks at you, and starts charging towards you. Mac, you're free to run under your house.
Yeah, he's running to his house.
Maze, do you have anything
Yeah,
useful in your car?
For a start point, you could.
Car?
Okay, got pepper spray.
You know, good enough.
For a start
Like
point, you can
all
have
people-
pepper spray.
How many star points do we currently have?
Yeah, 5.
I'm guessing Miz
Oh.
got pepper spray in the car.
Wait.
Her dad would at least make her have like bug spray and other types of sprays in her car.
I guess we're spraying it down, boys. I'll
Yeah.
spend the star point. Get that pepper spray. Really hope it has some effect and isn't a complete
Oh,
waste.
who's hanging out of the car?
Tommy?
No one knows. Yeah.
All right. Now I need you to roll.
We're doing drive-by sprays, man.
Yeah, drive by.
I'm thinking to fire your spray. That's going to be targeting.
All right.
Targeting difficulty 12. And this
Please
is
say
going to
you
have a
have-
stun effect.
Please say you have good
Yeah,
targeting.
pepper spray doesn't have far range, my man.
You try spraying at it, but
Right.
you drop it. The
What?
triggers is all messed up, and you drop it in the sea. It slips and falls, but you don't get sprayed. It just falls into your lap and doesn't do anything helpful.
Tommy, you owe me a new one. And she just
What?
like drive around it and honk at it.
And
It's not my fault. Your pepper spray is cheap as heck, man. It just broke in my palms.
Hey, my
And
dad
at this point, I don't have a specialization. The wolf is going to huff and puff.
Huff.
Hey, yo, calm down, my man.
And blow the car down.
Yep.
no.
Yeah, it's a car. It's
a
Pieces
Jeep.
just start flying apart.
It is like
I'm
a
gonna give
full-on-
it an edge because it's a big target, but it's also not lit.
It's a
Oh.
big target that's moving.
That is a critical hit. So it huffs and puffs and blows this giant winds, and out of its mouth, it catches the underside of your car and actually flips it onto the side
Man, it's like
with a
falling into
crunch
Tommy.
and shattered glass.
Oh, my
I need
car.
to stand out my bike.
Oh, my car.
I think you should be glad that Victor and Tyler weren't the first ones on the scene.
And with that, the wolf will transform into its monstrous form. It stands up.
Sorry, it wasn't monstrous already.
No, it's more monstrous now. It stands up and it gets anthropomorphized. It's 7 foot tall, and it gets its cool rider cuffs and a leather jacket and sunglasses on its head.
It's a furry.
Yeah.
It transforms to have more clothes.
Nightstand.
Yep, it transformed to have more clothes, and it's fully monstrous. It can't even be distinguished as just a big dog anymore.
Maze and like Tommy just climbing out the car. Maze is at least, not about Tommy.
All right, what are your stats?
Oh,
for the
man.
motorbike?
My head hurts, bro.
And
With this guy is communicating soon.
and he throws a pot down. Blank ink smashes across the ground, and 4 inklings appear there in the street. Mac, you're able to run to your house and grab your morpher.
Yeah, he's gonna run out. He's gonna run out the back, run down a few houses from his, and just call out, "Mythic beast, be unleashed!"
And is everyone else morph?
And Maze skids her foot back, looks at them. Tommy, you ready?
Always.
And then just 3, 2, 1.
Mythic beast, be unleashed.
Yeah, and I think I would only just be turning up, so I'd need a second to turn.
Yep, you would be skidding up just as at this point.
Let's go, boys.
As
Right-click on the
Maze,
token
Tommy,
light,
and Mac all morph. You feel this incredible power course through you. Tyler, or you kind of hear a ruckus is up ahead. You just made it through Civic District North. You're going to be there probably at the top of the round.
Is there a battle map or?
This one.
That's just, I might have a battle map.
We have our weapons too, don't we?
We do have weapons.
Oh yeah.
I can target things.
Too bad.
Do you know how to summon it?
I'm guessing that's
Just
standard
wait,
knowledge.
just watch Mac do things, and it'll happen.
I mean, when the morphing grid, make us
morphing
know
grid-
how to use it.
The morphing grid would tell you how.
Yeah.
Man, the morphing grid's weird.
Mac just wants to do it with style, so he just raises his hand and summons his hammer.
Tommy would reach to his side and a sword would appear sheath, and he'd pull it out.
Miz holds her hand in front of her, pulls the other hand back like she's pulling the drawstring, and just the bow materializes.
We're talking about this, but this is one of our free actions to do this.
Yep, free action into some of your weapons.
I just need to see the map.
And I have you guys on the wrong layer. My bad. Token layer.
Alright.
And map
Wait a minute,
layer.
there's 2 Tylers.
I didn't think he'd put me on the map yet, so I just needed one for visual reference. Yet again, it's the map layer.
You're expecting there to be lighting. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's not gonna be lighting.
Not lighting, more like,
Visual
I don't
reference. You're showing up later.
yeah, I know.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
Anyways, here's the street. And let's
That's
have the
what I have
car. Do I have car tokens? I don't think I have the car tokens in yet.
Max would be off camera.
I'm
Over
gonna
down.
think the car's over here. Because like I'm guessing like the car flipped and then me and Tommy like hopped out
Yep.
and then walked a bit forwards before, you know.
All right, that is the car. Victor, you can appear on your bike coming up behind it.
Well, looks like that's gone well.
Do we see Victor come up?
Better than when I was running around in the street.
Hey, we distracted it for you.
Follows the
I like to my
car.
back.
All right, Tommy, you have morphed. You haven't taken action, and yeah, what would you like to do?
All right. Maze,
Uh-huh.
you want to make this a 2-for-1 deal?
Hell yeah.
All right. Actually, I don't know if we can actually walk that far. Let me check real
You
quick.
have it's based on your movement speed.
Actually, I just attacked you, so I would be.
I mean, you sent their car back, so. Theoretically, they
Yeah,
would be closer to the car.
Yeah, I'll be there, and the Inkling's in front.
So, you want me to focus down Inklings and you can deal with the big guy? Both going Inklings.
I don't know. You think we could clear them out fast enough?
I think if we do, then we can give Victor and Mac and Tyler an opening for the big guy.
Yeah. Let's help him out. We don't want to take all the glory, do we?
Tyler,
No.
who is
As
currently
a
not
reminder,
there.
you can either use volley or you can use your bow's secondary effect.
Oh wait, I can use volley.
Well, it's Tommy's turn now, because as you drove, that was your action. So, Tommy, what's your action?
All right. I'm gonna just run up to here, and I'm gonna attack this Inkling here.
Excellent. What are you attacking with?
My mighty Excalibur.
You reach into the morphing grid and you pull out your mighty Excalibur blade. So you are attacking with might. That is against the Inklings. A difficulty 13.
All right. Let's go. Heh heh heh.
That is a
And-
hit. And
I'll save my powers for the big guy later.
all right, so just 1 damage.
Yes.
All right. Victor, did you want to double down or let the bad guys go? Have a turn.
If someone else wants to double down, by all means.
I would go, but I think
I would very much like to smack things around for having gotten slashed on the back.
I'm just waiting to arrive on the scene.
Yeah, so
Narrative
I'm
combat. It's kind of weird. I'm sorry.
I'm going to run to this Inkling,
All right.
raise my hand to the sky, and summon my hammer.
You summon your mighty Phoenix Hammer.
Yep, time to slam it on an Inkling.
Div 13 might attack.
I have specialization because this is my grid relic.
You do have specialization.
What specialization do? Do I have that for my power bow? Or?
With a crit. No, wait. Yes, it is. It is a crit.
No,
that's
that-
wrong.
I saw the 2 first, and then I saw the 4. It is a crit.
No, that's wrong. It's supposed to be the D2.
A D4.
No, you only get the grid relic specialization if you use its like technically grid thing, whatever it is, and that dice is determined by a D2.
Okay. I still hit with a 16.
Yeah, you still hit with 16.
All right, you still hit as you bring your hammer down and smash this Inkling, and it goes flat. It loses like 3 feet of height, and it pops back up, kind of waving.
It's just one stun, so it can't move.
It can't
I have
move.
a question.
Yes.
If would it be possible to hit both of them on my next turn? The two inklings in front of me, by going between them.
Okay, does your weapon have a secondary for that?
Yeah, if you have a secondary effect, maybe.
Yes, he has a two-hand. That will be your secondary effect, but that also means you do with a downshift.
So
Alright.
downshift, you can add an extra effect. Is that kind of standard?
No.
That's its alternate effect.
But that's specific to a weapon, so it's only specifically if the weapon allows it. It's not a general thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
A weapon specifically has to say multiple targets to take
Mhm.
down multiple targets.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Okay.
Can't do it. You have two sharp with two hands, but that you
All
can't.
right. So
I don't know what
your
one
weapon has to
times encounter energy
has to be a long weapon with its reach. It has to be like a long weapon, so it has to be like a spear or the like in order for it to be able to have a secondary effect where you can sweep it. Your
What
sword
is-
is not a long weapon.
What is one times encounter energy 3 downshift?
You can only
mean?
use that once during an encounter. So this entire encounter, if you use your energy attack, that's it.
You have to announce it,
yeah, you have to announce it before you.
which is
swing.
why I find it weird that you don't announce that you use two hands, because that is technically better.
Uh,
don't
You
take a
still have to
downshift,
say that
so-
you're using its alternate effect.
Well, we're all
But that
learning.
doesn't have the negative. Only the energy does.
So if it says energy attack, energy one multiple targets, I can only use it once this combat.
If it says one
If it has
X
one per
encounter,
encounter,
Oh no, it doesn't say that.
then that's not the case. But you can't
Oh.
use the alternate effect and volley at the same time.
I know. I just
Because
want to use
volley is its own attack, and not
I'm
your
just
not
gonna
your
use
bow.
my alternate effect, seeing it's cool.
All right. I am going to attack Tommy because you hit me, and that was rude.
I never hit you. I just lightly grazed you, okay?
What is your toughness or evasion?
My toughness
Your toughness will
is 16.
make sure you've clicked the morphed. It's morphin time at the top because that will apply your
You're right. I forgot
Your,
to click
bonuses.
that.
Yeah,
It'd
that's
be
helpful.
17.
yeah. That will change your toughness. That will increase your toughness by 2 if you're using the medium or above.
I'm
Well,
just using
that's
the
a
light
mess up.
armor.
Well, then it would just be by 1. So it would it be 1 more than your.
I'm gonna say I swing, and you guys can have a upshift on attacking this guy as he swings wildly and goes out of control.
You also get a GM point for that, since you took the fumble. Fumbles give you a
Fumbles.
point if you take them, as well.
All right, and this guy, you haven't attacked yet, so I'm going to hit Mac with an ink blast. What is your evasion or toughness?
Toughness is 17.
Ouch.
Yeah, he's a tough boy.
And miss.
He just swings his hammer lightly and it just bats it away.
You just bat it away. Victor, you can show up on the scene now. You can either or drive to behind the car or like just up here in front of it, and then you can enter the combat there.
Yeah, I'll pull to just in front of it.
That miss can't enter yet.
And you see your
I'll,
fellow rangers is already morphed.
With a big old werewolf.
Yep, I'll jump off, start running towards, and as I'm running, I'll give out the call. Jesus, what is it again?
Mythic Beast, be only.
Yeah, so you'll all hear from behind you. Mythic Beast, be unleashed, and green.
And green. All right, you can and run in here with your running speed.
I've got 30.
Yeah, so, these should be gridded out to 5.
Okay. Well, I can't see anything apart from our tokens, so I'm just going to reload.
Oh. Yeah.
All you could do is really get next to Maze, unless you want to spend another action like running forward at them.
You'd have it. Free actions. For each free action you spend, you can get an additional 5 feet.
Okay, so I can't see any enemies.
So, all these guys over here are just invisible.
Yeah, I don't see any enemies.
Lovely.
Oh, maybe you should try reloading.
I've just reloaded.
Technical difficulties.
Yay. And along with our power weapons, you do have a small sidearm baton on thing.
Should we stat it as the Blade Blaster?
Yeah, stat as the blade a blaster, but instead it's a quill.
It has
feather
2
knife.
modes. It has 2 modes regardless.
Yep, it has
You
2
can
modes regardless.
either use it as a dagger for might or a blaster for targeting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll move up to where Maze is because I'm gonna just.
Because Mez is cool.
And yeah, there's uglies here. There's bad guys.
Yeah, basically here in front of Mac. There's one here, and then the big guy is in the center of.
Big guys in the center.
flower
These 2 inklings up here have been injured. These 2 down here have been unaffected.
They're about to be injured.
Okay.
So you have 2 injured ones to north, 2 uninjured ones in the south, and then the big guy, the big wolf in the
Basically,
center.
everybody in that box is an enemy. If you can see that box. I don't know if you can see that box.
I can't even see that box. I think I might have my vision at a different setting.
Eh,
Here, let me look into it.
I shouldn't have visuals.
All I can see are the rangers and the 2 Tyler tokens. Oh, now I
Maybe-
can see.
Okay, yep. I did do vision.
So everybody had vision, but Victor.
Guess so.
Victor's just. a
Well,
little
now
bit
you can
boring.
see.
Hey, you have to make it fair somehow.
I have to make it fair somehow.
You know,
Victor's
yeah.
2 OP.
Honestly,
Victor's the OP one?
we're just holding him back, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
I have a
Victor's
mad
really
hammer.
MVP.
All right, I Victor, who are you targeting?
I'm gonna target one of the inklings here next to Tommy.
Okay.
So what was it called? Like the quill dagger or something?
Yeah, the quill dagger. It has the same stats as the blade blaster.
Yeah, I'm just renaming the blade blaster to quill dagger.
Yep.
I'm clearly going to be taking the ranged option.
Okay, and what's the range on the dagger?
It's 40 to 75.
All right, well within in range. Go ahead and give me a targeting, and you have an upshift of 1 because that one failed on its attack. It is wide open.
Calling the blaster mode the quill shot because it amuses me.
Sorry, what's the difficulty again? Sorry.
Difficulty is 13 for the inkling.
Yeah.
That's a hit.
Yeah, I didn't upshift it because when I dragged it from the compendium to the sheet, it's only got it set to the melee. And my targeting's a D2, but my might's a D4. So I just left it as a D4, the upshift.
I set it up so that they're two different attacks.
Yeah, I might just drag another one on and set it to the ranged option.
Yeah.
Doing anything else?
It would depend on what you can do for free actions. So that was his action, and he's moved the max he can move.
Yeah, so possibility of a free action or parry if someone comes close to Maze.
Yeah. You've used one free action into morph, and you have another one left. Yeah, you can have that for parry.
And probably the best I can do is, if you'll allow it, is I can try and draw the werewolf's attention, but with my persuasion, probably not going to happen.
That might be a bad idea.
You know, go for it, man, if that's what you want to do.
For a free action, you can do a persuasion.
Yeah,
There's a move.
You insulted his mother.
You insulted his mother. What do you
Your
say
mother.
What do you say to persuade him over to you?
Say he has a skill issue.
No,
Tell him his leather jacket is tacky.
Tell him Little Red Riding Hood is like
Victor,
too
what do
good
you
for
say?
him.
I say, I don't know if that's a mask, but it's hilarious.
Oh God,
Oh, I took psychic damage.
Ouch!
that's psychic damage right there.
Gotta love the puns. Yeah, he looks at you and he's just huffing and puffing, and there's smoke curling out of his nose.
You didn't like the fact that you insulted his good looks.
Well, good for him. But that's me.
Hi, Mag.
Already fast leather jacket to deal with us. What? What about Mac?
Mag. Someone unsubscribed on Twitch. All right, that's your turn. Tyler, did you want to double down and appear right now, or let the enemies go?
Rug, you said I'd appear at the start of the new turn? Question mark. So I don't know. Just I'm waiting on you to tell me that it's okay to enter the scene now.
You can enter the scene now if you like.
And that would be considered a double down? I just want to make sure that everything's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll wait.
All right.
That's going to take me a long time to even walk-ish.
Yep, I can get over there.
You don't have a car or anything?
He has
I have a bike, but-
You'd be pretty much the same way with Victor. Could end by the car.
This Inkling charges up and is going to attack Maze because she looks like he's raising her bow.
God damn it, my perfectly coordinated plan.
I'd like to take my parry action if possible.
Yep, go ahead and roll. I'll might attack against it. If you beat his attack roll, you parry and you can hit him.
Okay.
So you have to beat a 7.
Okay.
Victor,
That
you
passes fair.
absolute priority succeed.
You got this.
Hey, God.
Oh my goodness!
So that's okay. So if it meets it, it technically beats. But what does that technically mean in a parry?
I mean, he stops him from attacking
Yeah, it
Maze.
just means it stops it.
Yeah.
It stops him hitting Maze, which he wasn't going to do anyways. So he swings wildly, you swing wildly, and both your blades is claying off each other.
Thanks,
it's fine.
Victor.
All right. Tyler, you can appear here on scene now, riding up on your motorcycle.
Where can I start?
Next to the car.
Next
Well,
car.
that's
Up
where
here.
Victor's is. You could start
Yeah.
on the other side if you
You
want.
start on the other side up here.
I don't think it makes a difference if I start from the other side.
It doesn't.
Might, yeah.
I'm
But
gonna
yeah,
be,
you can start next to
It
the
just
front
means
edge of this car.
It just means that you're not using your movement to get to that end of the car. You're just there.
right around here.
Yeah, right around there.
All right.
And
I get off my motorbike, start running towards over here. Wabam. And I smack this putty by the cool finesse like mood.
did you want to morph first, or
You do know the morphing call.
you do know more? You do know the
I
morphing
do
call.
know the morphing call, but I'm gonna attack.
All right.
Let's see what's a good like finesse based move. I am going to
Flying tornado.
I'll try it. I am going to sort of sorry, I'm zoning out a bit. Yeah, I'm gonna try karate chopping it on its neck
All right.
as I
finesse
enter
move.
in.
Difficulty 13.
Specialization, no skill shift. Difficulty 13. Normal. Does a 23 hit?
I think a 23 hits.
Oh, yeah. If only 10 plus meant something. Anyway. Well, it's stunned. It's not stunned, but stunned.
So, one stun damage, it can't move,
Yes.
Yeah, one stun damage, can't move.
but it doesn't technically hit its health. Okay.
No, it takes damage, doesn't it?
No, the stun works as a overarching damage thing. It leaves the stun damage goes away once it's past its first turn. So after its
still
first
take the damage
action-
and just be unable to move.
Yeah, it no longer has its move action, but the stun damage is still there until after its next action.
Okay.
And once it's back to its next action, it goes away.
So it has like temporary 1 damage.
Yeah, temporary 1 damage.
Okay.
That,
That's how it works.
that's not how it seemed to. It's not how it seemed to work with the other game. Okay.
No, it works about the same. It also mentions if the stun damage exceeds the current health pool, they're considered defeated. And besides that, that's the end of my turn.
Eeny, meeny, miny. There's a lot of guys over here. Hi-ya.
He's going after the one guy that's not morphed. He knows who the not rat is. He came out first.
Ah, I forgot I have free actions.
Yes, you
You
could
do
have
have free
morphed at any
actions.
point.
Do you want to morph?
Oh, morphing's not a free action.
It is.
It is.
No, it's
Morph-
standard.
Ah, I thought it was free.
No, morphing is a standard action. Otherwise, I can
Well, you
parry.
spend a
Yeah.
story point, and it's a free action.
I guess that's why most of us morphed before combat. We were all like, yeah, let's morph.
You can spend a story point, and it will be, and that will count, and it will counteract as a free action.
I think that's how that works.
Yes.
Can I use my free actions to parry?
Yes.
I'll do that then. I can parry up to 4 times.
Yes. If you have the speed for it, you certainly can.
Yep. I have the speed.
Free action, summon, and weapons. morphing time as a standard action. Okay, I got that mixed up.
Yeah. Assumed it was a free action, but yeah, it makes more sense that it's a standard action.
All right. Well, he's going to attack. You can and parry and try to stop it.
Parrying time. Finesse, no specialization, no skills of change, difficulty 9, and normal. That's
Okay.
a 22 hit?
22 beats his 9. You can
Now
hit
the
it.
game's giving me good rolls.
Yep. You can hit it for 1 damage or 1 stun. Up to you.
I'll go 1 stun.
1 stun. Oh no, I don't know what to do anymore.
Yeah, this guy already attacked.
Yep.
Okay.
Technically,
You're gonna
he
go
gets-
away. This guy's gonna run up and attack Tommy.
Oh no. Anyways,
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Anyways,
I started
Oh,
blessing.
bullets hit you. They really hurt.
all right. You know, I'm going to do my toughness. I really hope he does not hit me with my 17 toughness.
You can before the... Never mind.
Oh no, he hit me with my 17 toughness.
yeah, you can before, or I call it roll. I should allow you to do that. I'm still learning. Learning
Do
things.
what?
You can spend a story point to up your defense by 5. All right, but you have to do that before the roll, apparently, before I announce the success.
Because
I don't think it would have mattered anyway. 'cause
It would not have
if you
mattered.
did, it's a tie.
Yeah, it would have been a tie, and you know.
Yeah, it would
so,
have been a tie.
so I take 1 damage, correct?
You take 1 damage
radical.
as it runs up and slashes you with if sharp claws across your chest. Sparks fly everywhere.
Ah. Oh man, that hurt.
Little pig, let me come in.
This little pig has a bite.
Oh my god.
That is everyone. Top of the round.
Can I go first?
Sure.
Yep. Now you can go.
Yay!
Or whoever wants to go next.
So
If you want, I can take out
No,
these
because-
guys first.
this guy's like these two are in perfect range for me to get like maybe a double kill.
But
Maybe
you
like
would be
a double-
but you'll be attacking with a downshift because there's a enemy in range.
Oh, so I would have to move 5 feet back, wouldn't I?
You wouldn't even be using a volley, which is why I'm saying let me go first. That way I can get rid of these two, or at least one.
So then I'll be cleaned up to take out.
Yep.
Possibly that one and deal
Yeah.
a bit of damage. Okay.
Also,
So are we gonna do a double up then?
to declare attacks. Or just-
Not a double up just yet. First off, we have to get rid of the problem. Victor, do you want to go or?
I can.
I could just move out of their range and then attack. Because I won't be suffering downshift.
I mean, that is true. You could just move.
Yeah. Just gonna,
Yeah, if you want to go, just go.
yeah. I'll just move back. I think 5 feet and then I'll be good.
I'm trying to find the rules for it. Or weapons.
I think you need to
How,
move back a little
What
bit.
specifically?
For range or fighting in range attacks while someone is in melee.
Yeah, I don't think they even have an answer for that. It's only when you're shooting in melee they have an answer.
I feel like if I'm not within their range, then I should be out of melee.
Yeah, they only have a range of 5 feet, so
Yeah. should be good.
you can hit at the big guy, or you can do a volley and hit both.
No, he can't do a volley.
Oh,
Powerbow effect.
You can only
Multiple targets to 30 feet radius.
you can only use the alternate effect of the bow or the volley. You can't use both. Plus our
Yeah.
Oh, he can't even use volley because he moved.
Yeah, that's right. You can't use volley because of movement. So you only have the alternate effect if you want to hit both of them.
Okay.
And you can't
Is
even
he-
hit both of them unless you move again.
I mean, you could.
I mean, you might as
aim
well
for
if you
those
wanna
two
do
as
that.
well.
No, because they're within. Because I thought it was.
Yeah,
They
it's a
have to be within
30-foot
30 feet,
radius.
is it?
He's 40 feet away. I have no idea how
I
much of the
believe they have to
squares he
be of
actually
the- of
covers.
each other, not of him.
Of each other. That's what I thought. It's like the arrow
So
bounces off
technically, it would
one
that-
onto the
that's
other.
10-foot radius between the two of them.
Yeah, it's like 30-foot radius from the ranger, so
From the ranger. Okay, so yeah, he'd have to move closer.
I'll move forward a bit.
The closest he would get would have to be would be one of these tiles here.
yeah, that works.
Mace still has movement, right?
Yeah, Mesa still has movement.
So I
yeah.
have enough move to get there. I just need to back up a bit and then get there. And then I'm just going to, because he's within 30 feet of me, I get to use my feet.
Yeah, you do.
Actually, it was
You
good.
get that double upshift. So
Yeah.
currently, because of the downshift from your alternate effect, you get an upshift of 1.
Yeah, you just get one up.
Oh, overall, I'll upshift 1.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
because one of the upshifts is counteracting the downshift to use the
Yeah,
alternate.
that's a D8, and then do I just roll 2? Do I just roll? Oh, I guess I roll 2, don't I? And then
Yeah,
difficulty on the
you-
wolf, because wolf
Yeah,
first.
you roll 2 separate attacks.
Yeah.
Alright.
What's the difficulty for the wolf?
Wolf difficulty is 15. Inkling difficulty is 13.
Ooh. Just normal. Did I hit? Nope. Didn't hit him. But I'll roll one for the inkling too. Okay, so I hit the inkling.
That
And-
inkling is dead.
That Inkling is
And you are.
dead.
So how much movement did I use? 20 feet, so I have 10 feet left.
5 feet, 20 feet, 25 feet.
Moving the Z pattern.
Serpentine! Serpentine!
Because I kind of want to get a little bit back.
Yeah, you
I
can do
don't-
that. Realistically,
So I don't, like, get hit.
Yep, that
And
makes
then-
sense.
there's nothing that can hit you. These two are stunned.
Yeah,
This
these
I
guy
know.
is busy with red.
They can only
Big
hit
man.
Victor and Tyler.
Big man's scary. Don't want to do with
Yeah.
a big bad one.
All right.
Mac,
so
Mac
that's it.
one hit in the back like he hit him.
Plus, if Tommy gets hit by the huff and puff, I can just catch him now.
That would be bad because you'd just be blown into you. You'd both get hurt.
Yikes.
True.
Yeah, I'm gonna double down with Mac.
All right. What's Matt going to do?
Hammer to the back.
How dare
Well,
you?
Actually,
Continue.
if possible, can you wait till I attack him? Because
No,
there was a.
no.
Okay.
If they want to hit him, he hit me in the back. It's only fair. And I'm gonna have the specialization. With the downshift, so it's a 1d2 for the relic weapon.
And it's like we won't be able to figure out what this guy wanted.
Nope. I miss.
We're rolling horribly to attack
And
this
whiff.
Yep.
You try to swing at him, but he's moving in to lunge at Victor, and you just miss him, and your hammer smacks into the ground.
guy. You mean Tommy?
No, he's lunging for our Victor because Victor pissed him off.
Oh yeah.
These guys can't go. I'm gonna go.
Who can't go?
The Inklings.
No, they can go. They just can't move or use their move action.
Yeah, they can attack. They just
Oh,
can't
they can't.
move.
They just can't. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm learning.
that's the thing.
Oh, I
with
don't
that.
blame you. They have like stun and stunned.
Stun
Yeah.
and stun. Yeah, that
Stun
is
can't do anything, but stun just no move.
that is silly.
Mhm.
They need to fix that.
They need to fix that. All right. Unarmed Titans. It's Tyler.
Do I still have the parry actions from before?
Yeah. If you still have free actions, they
Yep.
reset on your turn. All right.
Okay, let's see if I can beat a 22. Yeah, skill set change, none. Difficulty 22. I'm rolling at normal. I
Oh,
would like
no.
to use a story point to reroll that natural one.
You
You'll
may
gain the story
reroll.
point, and we're using one that we already had.
17.
No.
Still not enough.
Yeah, that's fine.
As you can take 1 blunt damage.
That's me, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
Alright.
yeah. You take 1 blunt damage as you try to catch his blow. Oh, but the fist just kind of warps in and fluidly moves around your or block and punches you in the chest.
Oof.
Oof.
Indeed.
Rangers can go.
Oh, wait, wasn't that? Shouldn't it be 2
Yeah, that's
actions?
technically a double down.
That
Oh
makes
yeah, it
take
was a double
two,
down.
Mac double down.
Yep, Mac double down. All right. Another hit to Victor.
My toughness is 18.
Now, I was going
Fuck.
to say the parry actions.
I don't think you want to take the parry action.
I mean, I used all 4. I said I used 4, so.
You did use.
Yeah, I did use 4. I did say I have 4 free actions. I could parry 4 times.
Victor, what's your speed score?
5.
So if you want, this guy is attacking you, you can, and attempt to parry using one of your, or the one free action you have left.
Sure.
So roll an opposed unarmed strike or a melee weapon strike.
I technically won.
Yeah. Roll the 7, you roll the 9, you technically won that.
You can tell Victor's not a knife fighter.
Makes sense. Makes sense. That's a more mazes thing anyway, you know?
Okay, so far, Mac hasn't
Okay,
really
so
quickly-
you beat the monster's roll, so he doesn't hit you, but your opposing attack roll did not beat its defense. So you did. You deflected the blow, but you didn't manage to counterattack.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine.
rolls back to Rangers.
Now, I'll go back to Rage.
So, yes, they no longer have the stun damage. And they can now use their move actions.
As they took their turns.
By the way, to their
It's now our turn?
though.
Yep.
Yeah, it's now Ranger's turn.
Alright. I'm gonna attack the wolf on my next turn, but you guys can go if you want. I don't mind going last.
I think you can go, unless Victor.
I mean, if I really want to use solo strike, but I'm not in a position to do it, so people can do it.
As long as Tyler is anywhere near you, you can. Or anywhere near the enemies, I believe, as well.
Yeah, just within 5 feet of the enemy I'm fighting. So
What I could do is like,
Sidestep, and I would fix that.
oh no, I'm not saying you have to do anything. I'm just saying, you know, I'd like to choose a cool new ability, but I still have a inkling to fight.
I mean, do you want to morph, Tyler? Seems like that might be a good idea.
I think I'm really good right now in my position.
All right. So,
Hey.
just to
Onlooker
reconfirm,
down the street just looks down the street. How is that one guy fighting with a bunch of Power Rangers?
All they see is a guy with a motorcycle helmet on and an EMT uniform.
so just to reconfirm, my sword once per battle can do a 3
Three
energy
damage.
hit.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna do
But
that.
Make sure to apply the downshift.
Yes, I'm gonna do that. Plus activate Power Strike, spending 1 personal power to power it up by a single point. So I'm putting all I got into this 1 strike, man.
That's 4 energy damage if it hits.
I really hope it hits. Because if it doesn't, it's gonna be so sad.
You're gonna jinx it.
Feel
Am I gonna
so-
jinx it?
How does downshift work again?
So you select the one that says -1.
Okay, yeah, got it.
It would be the one
Alright.
that's lower than your current.
And then, what's the difficulty?
15 against the wolf.
Come on, baby.
And come on.
No.
He does nothing, and that power is now gone.
Dang, I was gonna make it look so epic too, man.
The wave just goes past back.
You
Hit the wolf, not me! Hit the wolf, not me!
I just launched
You raise
a
your
giant.
blade, Ada, and you launch your giant shockwave, and it goes right past Mac's face.
Damn, this wolf is too agile, man.
It was standing still.
What can I say, man? Too agile. So unfortunate.
Victor or Tyler, did you want to go again or double down?
Do we even need to double down?
Not
I don't
really.
think
Is
it's
there
much better.
even a thing that has an action left?
No, I think it's just us 2 with actions left.
And then
Yeah,
for them,
so-
it just start up at top of the turn order.
Yeah.
Think so. Does it work
I-
on?
I am going to attack this inkling right over here and take a downshift of 1 to use blunt damage. And difficulty?
13.
I
That's not changed.
6. I would like to use my 4 free actions to parry.
All right. Did you want to move?
Nah, no sense in moving.
One day you'll be able to use Solo Strike, Victor. One day.
Well, actually,
Oh no, because I was planning on a solo strike because I was going to ask if this thing is 2 to 3 sizes bigger than us.
It is 1 size bigger than you.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's about 7 foot.
But yeah, it's doesn't. I'm not desperate to use the ability.
Well, as you go, the wolf goes again because as he has 2 full little turns of actions to do because he's the monster of the week.
neat.
He's built different, I guess.
All right, I'm gonna do an intimidation check with
On who?
+2. On everyone within 30 feet.
Me.
Oh,
It hits everyone.
It hits
It
everyone.
basically
Dang.
hits everyone.
Insane.
That is just far reach.
Cool. What do we have to? Can we block
This
it?
is going
We-
against your willpower.
Okay.
I
well,
remember.
So,
I had 13 too.
I think he
Womp womp.
fails.
I think he fails. As
Thank
it
goodness.
reaches up, as it rears back and howls loudly, and you can and feel that it's trying to scare you away, but nothing happens.
Was it trying to do an intimidation roll? You rolled infiltration.
Yeah, because he has a special upshift, so yeah.
Use
No,
the
you
dice-
used
the dice work.
infiltration.
Intimidation.
He's trying to infiltrate our minds, you know?
No,
Oh,
it's
God, that's weird.
the. No, I was using that because that had the correct dice roll on it.
Okay.
Because I'm using ink power perks and stuff to make this work.
Right, that makes sense.
Yep.
So what else does the Wolfman do?
That is it. That is all he
Angry
can do.
glares at Victor.
Yep, he's still
He
angry
just-
at Victor.
He's glaring at him, being like, I'm coming for you.
I'm coming for you
Oh.
next.
Why he gotta like hate something with Victor?
Because Victor made fun of him.
Victor made fun of him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I forgot.
Well, I'll
Do you
make it
guys
easier
have-
for him, considering I'm the last one to go.
Yep.
I'll spin around to this side, and I'll attempt to strike this one.
You certainly can.
Neat.
And instead of the quill dagger, I think it's a free action to summon the power weapon.
It's a
Yep.
free action summer power weapon. Not a free
Then
action
I
morph.
will, then I'll use one of my free actions to summon the power tonfas.
You summon your power weapon. as two green tonfas as appear in your hands.
And bonk.
And bonk.
Yes.
Which one did Victor hit? That one. Okay.
The
I'll
top
keep that
one.
in mind.
And I've got 2 free actions left, so I'll use them as parries in case these 2 get any funny ideas.
That might get fun ideas. Right.
I could double down.
Oh no, that was the end of the round.
That was the end of the round.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Discuss. If we double down, Tyler could hit the one that's not been injured yet, deal 1 damage, and then I could finish them off
We've
with
already done everything
with
this round.
We've already done everything this round.
so like
Victor
next
was the last
round.
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, next round. If we want to, I'm just saying, like, then we would be able to take out two inklings, and then we'd just be left with the big guy.
I am hurt. I don't want to be here no more. Boop, boop.
Yeah. Victor.
Oh, right. He can move.
Run
He
away!
wasn't doing.
Run
He
away!
wasn't doing any stun damage. He was only doing sharp.
What a coward.
Yeah, that's still hittable.
Good time to use volley.
Do it. Do it, Maze.
I'm gonna volley.
Ink blast
Okay.
against Victor. What's my target? 17?
For which evasion?
Evasion or toughness. However, you're taking this shot.
Well, if I was choosing my best stat, it would be
Yeah.
toughness 18.
Unless the attack specifically states you have to use evasion or toughness to avoid the hit, play or choose.
Okay, then yeah, it would be toughness 18.
Toughness 18. Good luck, buddy.
Dang.
That's a hit.
Full crit.
At least it's not a critical success.
Yep.
That is not a. That's a fake crit.
Mhm.
But that is a hit as the ink blast splashes across your chest.
Ugh.
So is it top of the round now?
Yep.
Okay.
Do
Does
it,
have
Maze.
line of sight of this one?
I'm doing it because they're both within 30 feet of me, so I do get my upshift.
I believe
And I
in you,
can
Maze.
volley. So it's time for them to die.
No, you don't.
Sorry, not die. Be destroyed.
You're gonna destroy them.
Destroy them.
Okay,
So
Rolling
so
a
how
ranged
does
attack. So basically, Maze just rolls 2 ranged attacks at normal, but because they're within 30 feet, she gets the double upshift from Sharpshooter's Grace.
all right? So roll 2, and this costs a power point for the volley.
This costs 1 power point.
All right,
It comes from her, not our story points.
I'm adding in, and they are 13. So. So that's a 16 on the first one because I get a
That
D10.
is a crit success.
that's a crit success.
Yeah, it's
This-
definitely dead.
Well, yeah, definitely.
Bleh.
And now for
And
this
then
one,
for the one. Is an 18?
That's a normal success.
Normal success. Huh.
I lose 1 personal power. 'Cause
yes.
Oh, you spent one. You didn't lose it. You used it.
You have to regenerate it, but
Yeah.
that's a later thing.
Nah, if anything, Tommy lost one.
I lost
Womp
what?
womp. You lost a
You
PowerPoint.
had-
Oh yeah, I
PowerPoint,
did.
yeah.
I lost one, man.
So,
It was so sad.
You lost one,
One
you're
of
like getting
them-
back.
One of
wait,
them.
which one got the crit on them? Because doesn't the crit double the damage or no?
Yeah. Yes, it does.
It doubles the damage, but this guy was already at 1 health, so it's
Yeah, and this is the one you
I
hit
was
first.
I was hoping the crit would hit that one so I could get that guy.
Yeah, you called this one first. So,
Mhm.
Okay, whatever. mind.
did you want to use your movement?
Maze can't move.
You can't move, yeah.
Oh, she
I
can't
can't-
move
It's
because the volley.
It's volley or
Yeah.
move.
Volley or move. Okay.
Mid just loads up 2 arrows and just shoots them and they just.
One of
fly.
them falls apart into a pile of black goo. The other one and gets hit in the shoulder, and it starts losing its form a little bit, and then it slowly pulls itself back together.
Discussion.
We
When do we
can
double
do-
down?
Yeah, I'll do a double down.
All right,
I'ma hit this thing over here.
gonna smack you in the back.
Yep.
All right,
Teamwork.
My finesse movement. Difficulty.
13.
Right. And normal.
Teamwork.
Please hit. Yes.
Plus.
That is.
Oh no, I am outgunned. Well, I'm still pissed at you. Hi, Victor.
Does he want to take 1 step further down?
Yeah, he'll like get in melee range.
And now
Okay,
we can all
so
just tell on this one guy, on this one purple.
I'd like to spend a story point for a +5.
okay.
So you have to hit a 23.
Oh, rude.
Let's go.
Yeah, it could be worse. It could be later on, and you could have the shield perk.
Womp womp.
for the
See,
power.
that would have hit still.
Yep. As he goes to strike at you, but you're able to dodge out of the way just at the last second, and it scrapes across your armor, or leaving some sparks, but it doesn't hit you.
Well, I'd like to go so I can use the ability.
All right,
Sure.
go for it.
So I'm going to spend a personal power point.
One personal power point as you're winding up.
I wonder what Green's ability is.
It's a solo strike.
Strike.
I'll post it in Discord for you.
It's almost like we mentioned it a while ago.
Crazy.
Yeah.
My
Uh,
God. I'm
So
gonna have to
essentially,
get-
I can only make 1 attack action this round, but I get an upshift, and as he continues to grow, the upshift gets even stronger.
Yep, as you wind up for this one attack against this one monster, it is mano a mano with you. Difficulty 15.
Yeah, solo strike is a weird one.
It's very situational as well.
Thank you.
'cause You have to.
Thank you, Tyler and Max,
That's
for
a
helping.
crit.
Oof.
Yep.
All right,
Huzzah!
so
2 sharp damage.
2 sharp damage.
Let's go.
Ow. It is still up.
God dang it. I'll take it down next turn. Don't worry, boys.
He uses the same. Nah, he can't use the
Max
same
looks
setup.
behind him at the crate of the energy weapon left. Looks back at Tommy.
Don't worry. I'll do better this time, Mac.
One of us is unmorphed in the direction you're going to be hitting.
All right.
Well, I'm not gonna like be
Um,
shooting lasers this time.
Did
Well, technically, I will.
did a
but,
ranger want to go next? Tommy or Mac or Tyler?
Uh,
No, I
I'll
already
go.
went.
All right.
is it within striking distance of me, or do I need to get closer?
You
Oh,
need to step
sorry.
like one closer.
It- Yeah, it's about 10
Alright.
away from you. It
There
may
we
be
go.
big, but it's not that big.
I wasn't sure because this token was like halfway through. This
Yeah, the token's
square.
Yeah, I
weird.
don't think Essence 20
I
was
think you have to
made.
judge it from where the middle of the
Made for
token is.
Hexblade. Yeah, I'm gonna have to switch that up.
All right, baby. I'm gonna use my last personal power.
Because you're
This
gonna
is the
wind
la-
up and try to hit this.
I'm going to do it again. This time I can't use my super mega ultra attack. I just got to use a strong normal attack.
Okay,
that's good
here's the
enough.
question: are you using 2 hands or 1?
Yes, I'm using 2 hands.
Okay, so that changes it.
Tell me he's gonna wind up and focus, and then he's gonna release. Let's see,
Hit.
and then it's
You-
15, right?
Its toughness is 15. Yes.
All right, so
Spend that last power point.
no, you know, it was worth it though. It was worth it.
You're trying to
missing.
swing, but the blade is so powerful it just overswings things for you as this. You know what?
Oh god.
This guy just can tough it out. That's all there is to it.
Max just
It-
behind you, raising up his hammer to block the blade. No.
It actually he catches as the energy he strike and throws it off to the side, and it blows up a car, and there's a car alarm going off.
God damn it! Oh,
Damn, that wasn't even a
Like
fumble.
not trying to do big swings anymore.
That's
Yeah, I
kind of
spent
my
it-
whole thing.
I spent a
Mac,
story point
okay?
to have that happen.
I think we should get you some training before you continue to do those, especially when allies are behind it and anywhere near you.
I'm gonna take my second action as the monster, and yeah, claw attack against Tommy.
All right.
Do you want to do you want to up your defense?
No, I'll just tough it out with 17. Hope for the best.
Stuff it out with 17.
God
Oh,
damn.
Crit. Tommy is
wow.
down.
So you have a choice: either get knocked out of your morph form with 1 HP, or go unconscious.
I'll just unmorph.
As it turns around and catches as the energy blast, and throws it off to the side, and then slashes at you with its other hand and knocks you out of morph. You fall to the ground panting. Ow.
Oh, that's not good. Yeah.
I told you I would get in, little pig.
Ugh.
Yeah.
You're the
Ugh.
big bad wolf. I'm going to hit it with my hammer now.
I feel like this wolf needs to be taken to the pound people. Or animal control. Like,
Animal
I-
control.
I'm going to hit it with the hammer, and I'm just going to it's hammer. I'm smashing. I'm not going to bother with the specialization.
no, like Maze is actually saying this. She's like,
I am too slow to parry attack. Go ahead, hit it. Go ahead, 15. Actually, I could do the inverse, right? So I can spend a story point to stay up to add 5, right?
I'd say yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can
okay.
add +5 to the defense.
Diff
They don't
if
like-
20 to hit.
Do the whole thing over again.
Yeah, sorry. The training wheels on the bus go round and round.
And it goes all through the town.
Well, that was a good spend.
That was a
Wait,
good spin as you try to
Wait,
smash it with
wait,
the
Wait.
what?
Story point. That's a 1 on the skill die. He can use a story point.
Do you want it?
Story point spent.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Go for it!
Come on, 2. 3. I hit it.
Let's go!
Oh! For 1 blunt and damage as it tries to catch you on its leathery cuff. The hammer skips off it, and you manage to blow past it and hit it right in the chest with a thunderous crack. It is still up, but it is not looking happy.
It looked epic, though.
That was pretty epic.
I wonder if you can make 2 attacks on the same target as with volley.
You can't.
You can't.
It's a specific feature.
There's a specific feature that allows multi-shot.
Penetrating shot.
Yep.
We're still level 1. We don't have any of the fancy stuff yet.
Tyler,
you
you
can
wanna on a fight the wolf?
Are we at the top of the turn?
You're the only one left.
No, I went. I attacked this guy.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, how did turn
Oh yeah,
look?
we're at the top. That is everyone. All right, so Rangers go.
You want me to shoot it, people?
Or someone want who wants to hit it?
Firing a single shot.
I can shoot it.
Well, can I have the chance to walk away before it might attack me again?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, get out of danger.
Get out, danger.
Before something regrettable happens.
Unless we want to double up, but I don't know if we should.
All right,
I don't think we have a good reason to double down.
I'm
right.
just gonna move over here then.
You spend and the 5 to get up.
Oh no, he can move while prone.
Power crawl.
Yeah, power crawl.
And then that was my movement. Can I just what's it called when you prepare for something?
Contingency.
action.
Yes. I just want to defend as my contingency. If it does come at me because it sees me as a weak link, then
I mean, it's angry at Victor, and Mac just beat its chest in.
Yep. I am going to huff and puff and blow. Let's see, 10 foot. I'm going to try to blow Victor and Tyler away. As you guys
I'm using my evasion.
I'll use toughness, which is 18.
All right. It's one roll
Okay,
against
that
both
hits.
of you. It's an area effect.
Yeah, it hits.
Okay.
So,
You are blown back 20 feet.
Oh boy.
in which direction for me?
Like this way.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, you're either getting blown into the wall there by the underneath that lion, or you're getting blown next to the wall.
I'm gonna spend this and evil story area point. You're getting blown into that wall, and you take 1 blunt damage.
Oh, my bad.
Not my fault.
Ouch!
Who said it was?
Because I said it and then it happened.
And Victor, you're just blown backwards. It is now Ranger's turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit it.
Stop. It's hammer time.
Yeah.
20. I'm spending story point. I don't want to
Wait,
get hit.
Was that everyone to be blown back, or just the two of us?
Just the
two of you.
two of you. It's a
Yeah.
small area attack,
Okay.
and you were the only 2 that were in range.
Okay. No specialization. Not gonna use the relic, the grid relic perks and whatnot. Just going to hit you.
Come on.
God damn it.
Whoosh! As you try to hit straight and true, but this wolf just bats your hammer out of the way. All right, and another ranger can go.
I'll go. I guess. Just powerball shot.
All right.
Get the double upshift.
Yep, you get a double upshifts because it's within 30 feet, and its
Oh,
difficulty
you know what
is-
you could do if you have free actions, you can also aim.
What does that do?
for
Gives
every
you an upshift of 1.
yeah for every free action you spend, and you aim up to, and you can do that up to 3 times.
3 times in a combat?
3 times per
no.
shot.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
Wait,
your free actions are determined by your speed, but your speed is also minus by 2 because of action and move.
So
I
what's
can-
your
remaining-
total speed?
remaining
What's your
speed will
total
be-
speed score?
30.
No, the
not-
speed
no, no,
in
no,
stat,
just-
not the movement.
Just in the black bar.
The essence score.
It's 5.
So you have 3.
Yeah.
So
So
you could aim for 3 free actions and get 3 upshifts plus
That's not how that works. It's a free action to aim to apply on a single attack, and then if there's multiple, you can use free action aim again for those attacks.
Okay.
It's
Oh,
not a
Okay, so
stacking.
No.
you just have the 1 bow attack, so you're only using 1 free action to aim.
Yeah.
Which
So
Okay.
I'm rolling this with a D12 upshift overall.
Yep,
Use a
because you
story
have
point and roll with specialization.
Do
you have a story point?
Do you want me to hit this thing?
Do you really want to hit this thing?
I want to hit this thing, and I think everyone else wants me to hit this thing.
So story point for specialization?
I mean,
Yep.
I'm pretty sure Tommy and Tyler would really like you to knock this thing out before it tries to hit them again.
All right,
Okay,
that's the last story point.
1d12, and then difficulty 15, or is it higher?
I'm gonna spend my story point. That's 20. Diff 20, but you have specialization and 3 upshifts total.
Yep.
No,
I was awful.
you put everything you could into the shot. It just bats it away.
I think it's its
Advantage.
turn now.
Yeah.
This is just gonna yell at it if I can.
Yep, you can yell for a free action.
Oi! Come and get me! And just try and get it to go for her, seeing she has the most health right now.
Okay. Sounds fun.
Actually, Victor has the highest health.
Yeah, but Victor's currently a bit far away.
Claw
actually,
attack. Is that
Victor's-
going for your evasion or your toughness?
Evasion, which is 15.
That's a miss. And I am out of turns, so the rest of the Rangers can go.
Rangers that haven't gone.
Rangers
Double down. Me and Victor can do a team attack. How does
Yes.
that sound?
If you want.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's just have
I'll go low, you go high.
Sure.
I'm actually going to give you a story point because Tyler is attacking a monster unmorphed. And also for teamwork.
He's been unmorphed for this entire fight.
Yeah.
Yay,
But
2 story
you-
point.
Yeah, 2 story points. But he was attacking Inklings before. Now he's attacking the monster. That's escalation. So 2
Our
story points.
teamwork currently has been amazing.
Yeah. The monster that attacked Mac first.
So, do you want to do individual attacks, or do you want to assist, or do you want me to assist you? How do you want to do that?
I don't have a might skill, so
So, do you want to assist me?
I'll try to assist you. Just depends on what you're using to attack with.
I'll be using might. I'll be using
Yeah.
the compass.
I don't have a might skill, so I think it's just individual attacks, and we're just saying it's teamwork.
It is team.
I'm gonna say individual attacks. If you spend and a story point, you can have a upshift each. As you're both attacking at the same time, it's gonna have you're helping each other attack.
I'd like to do that.
Yeah,
Story
sure.
point. Yeah.
Okay. Probably unorthodox, but yeah, we're playing by ear.
Difficulty?
15.
Come on.
You do have a 1.
We have a story
Boom.
point.
Hey. Let's see. Is that an actual critical success? Yeah,
That is an actual crit.
You rolled 4.
Victor, how do you want to do this?
As the werewolf has its initial gaze on Maze, and Tyler comes in and charges low for its legs, as it attempts to swipe him away, I will flourish the tonfas as they've got sharpened edges and slash in an X pattern across its chest, knocking it down.
You slash in an X pattern, Tyler going low, knocking it off its feet, and it leans forward into your blow. Oh, green streaks cross through the air and slash across his chest. Sparks fly everywhere. Roar! He stumbles back, holding his chest. It's not over yet, Rangers. And he teleports away in a flurry of feathers.
A wolfman
Feathers.
teleports away in feathers.
All right then.
Okay. Is everyone okay?
Meanwhile, in the background,
Oh my
Aurora,
god.
communicator's going off. Just looks at the communicator.
What?
No, that's a car alarm, Maze.
Oh yeah. Oh,
that was a car alarm.
Yeah. You know,
Sorry.
from the fact that one of us hit a car. Looks at
Also,
Tommy.
my car flipped over. I kind of need to call someone about that.
Wait, was it Maze's car or just
Yeah,
a
This
car?
car is the one that's
just a
on its
car.
side. You hit
Yeah.
a random
Yeah.
car on the street.
Yeah, and didn't his car get like flipped over to its side?
Yeah, your car
Mrs.
splits over on the
flipped
side.
over, and then another car just took a beating from Tommy's attack.
I'm too
I'm
strong,
gonna
man. Too
call-
strong.
I'm gonna
need
call someone to try and help fix my car.
Well, I think the
bet
guys
it's
in the
over.
ranger suits are the best ones to help you flip that car over, my man.
Yeah.
Tyler goes ahead and leaves.
I'll see if I can give you a hand before I demorph and get on me back.
Everyone can give me. Everyone can give me a might check. If you all help each other, one person can do a might check with 1 upshift per person and heave hoeing.
Who has
I'll
that?
have-
I have a D4 standard.
So
I have a
it's-
D6.
I don't
I
have
think
might or
from-
brawn.
the
All
morph
help
ones.
because then we can get like a D10 to it.
Oh yeah, that would be brawn.
Brawn. Okay.
I get brawn and might mixed up, but this will
Hey.
definitely be a brawn check.
Yeah, in that case, it's a D2 for Mac.
Same.
Thanks,
Wait,
Tyler.
Tyler.
I think we're just trying to deal with the morph forms.
Do you want me to do it and you to assist?
Yeah.
Works for me.
We all have D2s, so we might as well help.
What does Tommy need of Tyler?
Tommy's gonna walk up to Tyler and be like, "Wait, Tyler, before you leave, what are you gonna be doing for the rest of the day? Or, well, tomorrow?
Work.
Okay. Can you? What time do you get off of work?
When do EMTs work for? I feel like it's like for most of the day, if anything.
Yeah, it's like a 12-hour shift.
Yeah.
All right then. What days do you have off?
What days does an EMT have off?
Go ahead and roll a
Every
d6. you get you get a day off in 6 days.
Yeah, I got a day off in 6 days.
Oh no, that's a long
EMTs are
time.
typically on call for a week stretch at a time.
Hey, you might
What?
be able to. You might be able to make camping trip. Oh yeah, if you guys want to go on the camping trip with me, you guys can. You guys are pretty chill.
I don't really do woods. Last time I was in the woods, I got
Don't what?
lost for a week. My dad
Oh,
refused,
yeah.
my
I'm
dad
gonna be
refused to
there,
take me anywhere
uh,
near a forest for a month.
And
I
and with,
remember-
and with
Yeah.
that, at the Rangers heave ho and thud, cars flip back on its side, on its
Okay.
wheels.
Thanks for the offer, but I have people I take care of. As he just demorphs and goes to his bike.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Alec would leave
More.
at this point.
You're gonna need like a week of body work just to get the windows back in right. The
Yeah.
three of them are smashed on this side. He
Don't
looks
worry.
he looks to the other side. There's another one over there smashed as well. The windshield is also cracked.
The windshield's cracked. You
Headlight is
can't
broken.
legally drive it.
I think I can
They
get
should
the
be
down.
rollable tokens. Actually, you should right click on it and
I'm just
decide.
gonna say it
Yeah,
like
first right click.
Mrs. Dad probably has like a truck that can probably lift this Jeep because he's pretty much like the type of I build everything.
Mac looks under the
I
hood.
use.
Surprisingly, it should still run.
Should.
Actually, let's go ahead and give that a check. Matt, give me a technology check.
Yeah.
I'll just call my dad. He'll come down and pick it up for me. He might fix it for me.
Technology check diff like 14.
I'm just double checking the background for something. Not the background, the what's it?
Well, for a bit, I won't have a
Influence.
car. Damn it.
Oh, I get
Unless
an
I
edge.
go-
Or get an edge in this.
All right, you have an edge because it's a car, right?
And
Sweet.
I'm an automotive student. What was the difficulty?
14.
14, okay. False crit.
False crit. Yeah, the car can and still overrun. The body's is a little dinged up, and that windshield needs to be replaced. But you could probably get this done. Not one day. Mac, you might be able to fix this car in 5 days.
Yeah, the car can run. If you can get it to the auto garage at the school, I can get it fixed up in 5 days.
Oh, alright, yeah, I'll just quickly phone up my dad. He probably can get it over there.
I mean, you can
I
drive it
can't
right
drive
over
it.
there. So, I mean,
Well, I can't legally drive it because
glass
windshield.
out the
The
way.
windshield's you can still see through it, but there's definitely cracks across the view, so it's illegal to drive it.
You can probably get it out the street at least.
Yeah,
My house is
Yeah.
right over there. You can park it, or you can park it there.
and
for the time being.
while we're at it, at Mac, Mrs. Edward finally steps out of the street. What was that? Was that the Power Rangers?
Yeah, seemed like it. Then they just kind of skedaddled.
Oh, mercy, I haven't seen Power Rangers in this town for 20 years, 25 years. And the young lady who was being chased is kind of hanging back in Mrs. Edwards' house.
Oh yeah. How's the woman that got chased in my backyard?
She's shaken up, but she's shaken up and she has some scratches, but I think she's more scared than anything.
That's good. That's good.
I think I might have. No, I probably don't. Just give me a second, and she's just gonna stop running her dad up.
Mac would have walked over to stand in front of where Mrs. Edwards is, and everybody can see on his back is just a long gash from where the wolf hit him.
Mm-hmm.
Are you okay, Mac?
What do you mean?
You're back.
What about it? He takes off his jacket.
You got slash.
Ah! Well, okay.
This is
Ow.
it.
Okay, that was adrenaline.
Okay, maybe get to the hospital somehow.
I don't have a car.
Victor,
He points down the road to his garage where his car's hood is up. And
Come on,
the
I can
tires are
drive.
stacked next to it.
Jump on the bike. I'll drive you.
And he jumps in the sidecar.
All right.
Wait, Mac,
Miss-
before you leave, can you give us your number so we can contact you without the communicator?
He pulls out his phone. Communicator?
Yes.
you didn't have it on.
Yeah.
He has
that's
it on
exactly.
his wrist at the moment. I'm keeping this on from now on. I also need
But
to get a new
just in
phone.
case-
He flips open his phone and it just falls off next to the sidecar.
Is your
Uh-huh.
phone just breaks apart?
Yeah,
Yeah, you
I
need a new phone.
because I tend to break them.
I'll buy you one or something. I guess I've got money.
Oh, I keep a fund for when I do this.
All right. Is everyone going to be departing the scene then?
Maze isn't. She's gonna phone her dad up.
Okay. Victor and Mac are leaving. Tommy.
I actually was going to pose the same question to Tyler. Do you mind giving us your number in case you don't have your communicator?
Tyler will give you his number. It's the player left.
Tommy, do you
Oh, he
want to
did?
ride somewhere?
Aren't you taking Mac already?
Yeah, but there's someone can sit on the back and in the sidecar.
Mac keeps squirming.
I don't have any particular plans today. I was thinking about going back to the library, doing more research on our leads.
Well, I can drop off Mac and we can both go to the library considering I work there now.
You work there?
Night guard.
Interesting.
So come on, hop on, put a helmet on both of you.
And with that, everyone unloads up onto Victor's bike. Maze, you're waiting for a tow truck, and two police cars. And as Victor and gang are driving off on the bike, two police cars pull up and start talking to Maze and Miss Edward and the mysterious girl about what happened. And news and the news slowly gets out that the Power Rangers are back in Angel Grove.
Cool. Yeah. The phone call for her with her dad is just like, "Hey, Dad. You know the wolf attack on the city, like the giant monster?
There's a wolf attack? What?
Yeah, there was a monster attack.
In Angel
we
Grove?
don't know what-
Again?
Yeah. And pretty much, my car got totally wrecked. Because I was trying to save one of my new friends from it. Pretty much just let them hop in, and then it got blown down, and it's flipped, and the windshield's broken. Can you come and pick it up?
Yeah, and that's all arranged and time skip.
Oh, also, have you got like a spare like bike or anything I can borrow while my car's been getting fixed? Only for like 5 days.
We will figure that out next week. One last thing, in Maze, do you say anything in particular to the police officer?
She just gives them the standard civilian rundown of there was a monster, I ran to hide behind my car, and then just the Power Ranger showed up, saved the day, disappeared.
Alright, let's do one last roll
She
over the night.
She tries to sound like as shaken up as possible.
Give me a performance check. Against their. And didn't save the stats. Lovely. Give me a performance check, diff 12.
Performance. Oh, god damn it! Not persuasion.
Huh? Nope. You're trying to put on an act
Performance or deception, I think.
or deception.
Well, that's a 9.
Don't leave town. I'm gonna be checking in on you later.
I'm assuming that they'd also be told about Mac, because Mrs. Edward would have also seen the gash on his back, and the girl would have said that he distracted the wolf for her to get away. He's going to be seeing the cops at the hospital.
And with that hanging over your heads, the wolf was defeated, but managed to slink back into the shadows before, or you could take it down and for good.
It's probably gonna tell its boss.
Oh, it's definitely gonna tell its boss.
That he got
Yeah,
right.
except 10.
And with that, at the credits will roll. And button, there we go. Did it, and getting this thing done.
Man, today did not go well for me, man.
That was a tough fight.
At least
It
we
was.
were a team.
But again, I think it was mostly bad rolls.
It was.
For me, definitely bad rolls.
Our teamwork was on point.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Things will definitely get easier once we start getting higher levels.
Yep. Where's the search? Where's my script?
Yeah,
There it is. Yeah, I accidentally closed my Google Docs screen, so I lost all my scripts. I don't know what to say anymore.
Oh no.
Oh no. All
The
right.
robotic script is gone.
We are off script. Oh no, he's ad-libbing. All right, and with that, the credits will roll. Be sure to catch us next week, Monday at 7 p.m. here on Twitch to catch our next adventure on the grid. Thank you to our awesome players here tonight. Our first morph, our fight, and slowly learning powers and slowly rattling off the training wheels on this bus. But some interesting things going on. What's this wolf doing, and why is he chasing down young women in the park? Music provided by Kevin Macload. You check out his royalty-free music at Comtech.com. As always, we are grateful to Essence20 for giving us the power coin, and to Hayam Saban for giving us the morphing grid. Till next time, may the power protect you.